CS:GO because it was always like you would save first 3 rounds, and then after that you would get your armor, and there was like regular armor and helmet, which is like the heavy armor, and then if you were on the what was it? It was terrorists and something else. I forget what the other guys' names were, but you pretty much would have to buy a defuse kit.
Oh yeah.
And that was the only way that you could defuse the bomb.
Mm-hmm.
So like in this game, everyone can just defuse, like straight up, like if you're on the defending team.
Yeah.
But in CS:GO, you would have to buy that kit, and if you didn't buy that kit, you were screwed.
Yeah.
Or you had to find one on the ground from your dead teammates who did buy one, but there was no guarantee that that person bought it. So it was like you were. It was more tactical in that sense, which I liked. And honestly, maybe I just go back to CS:GO. I think. At the end of the day,
that's what it sounds like.
That game, I love that game. I remember back in the day, like I would open like the cases and stuff. Like they have like. It's like a case with a collection of different skins for your guns, and there's a chance you could get like a knife or something in there, and like you'd have to pay like $3 every single time to open it, because like you need a key.
Right.
And they have that in you just buy skins in this game. They have in like Rocket League now, where like you get like things that you have to pay to open and whatnot. And TF2 was the original one with like Team Fortress 2, not Titanfall 2. Titanfall 2 is perfect
in every way.
Every way.
Respawn.
Love you, please.
Don't ever leave me.
Please don't ever leave. We need you.
Happy Valentine's Day, Respawn.
Honestly, that's my Valentine this year is Respawn. That's what I'm gonna do all day tomorrow. I'm just gonna play Respawn games. I'm gonna wake up. I'm gonna like make myself a nice breakfast, start the stream, be like, we're gonna start with some Titanfall 2 today.
Because
then we're gonna move to Apex, and then we're gonna end the night with some Star Wars.
You gotta start the stream just like, hey baby, I missed you. Happy Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
I'm here to spend the whole day with you and only you.
Exactly. That's what the stream will be. Oh man, that'll be something.
You know what? I'd probably watch that stream.
Respawn, we're gonna send some flowers to you.
Yeah, right. Edible arrangement.
Right.
Strawberries and chocolate.
Don't they have like pineapple covered in chocolate too?
Yeah.
That's so weird to me.
Those are so good, dude.
And Nico just broke the mic.
Broke the shit.
Well, last episode, guys.
Well, it's like while he figures out how to fix that, we'll start the theme song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Show starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, Respawn.
Respawn.
Prepare for Titanfall.
No, I want to stay on this
All you gotta do is level up gamers, welcome to say we're gonna just take it
I know,
back.
I just keep forgetting what the one thing is.
Gamers.
Gamer. The NGPs. That's what I was trying to figure out. The NGPs.
Just say
I was like,
Because then all we're gonna do is be like, and if you want to contact us, take it from Gmail, and this should just be the intro.
this should be the.
We sound like we're all drunk.
Level up gamers, welcome to episode 19 of Save Before Quitting. I am Nico, and I've been joined by.
I'm Ant.
Oh, Chris.
And welcome to another episode. You can find us at Save Before Quitting in all platforms. That's save, letter B, number 4, quitting on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok. Yikes.
That's it.
I don't remember.
You're good.
And then you can email us at savebeforequitting at gmail.com, all spelled out.
Please.
We really want more questions because last episode was awesome.
Yeah,
we got some this time.
So good.
Yeah,
we got
do.
some more.
So, yeah.
Also, go to our YouTube.
Oh yeah, go to our YouTube. Watch our gameplay of Titanfall.
And literally everything else.
Literally everything Respawn as we keep joking around.
We're gonna do it until Respawn hires us to be their official YouTube people, like upload people.
Yeah.
Their affiliate.
I would be down for that. Can I be a dev though? Please, Respawn.
I just want to have the rig for Octane, and I just want to animate it for fun.
Yo, did you see the new Unreal Engine stuff?
No.
Oh, that shit is.
Dude,
wait, the
so
fucking face?
The video, dude. I was looking into that when I saw that video. I was like, "There's no way that they literally slipped this under me," because they didn't send me the newsletter for it because I signed up for it. And dude, I gotta tell you, it's like the most amazing like art display of what rigs are to come in new games. Like, I can't wait. And the fact that they already have a list of games that are prepped to start using this technology, including some of the ones that we actually like and love. I'm not going to mention what games because they didn't really tell us. They just told us popular games of the last 2 years, including those who are still running today, are those who are going to get added to the list to get formed over. Gotcha. So if we're playing around with stuff like that, you know, we could even see upgrades on
God of War,
Horizon. We could see it on freaking Apex.
I don't know if it would be amazing. I don't know if they would do it in Apex, just because it's like you don't ever see your face ever.
Yeah, but it's first person. But you already mentioned the fact that they're coming out with 120 frames per second.
Yeah, but that's just like, you know, smoother look. Yeah, I don't need my character's face to look, you know, like it's a real person. Yeah, but I'm not seeing it.
Yeah, but then you have games like Call of Duty who are doing that like realistic stuff.
Fuck Call of Duty.
Which is
sorry, I'm done with Call of Duty.
That, and I just can't wait because there's so many games that are to come out and they keep presenting more and more. So I want to see what those are like. But enough about Unreal. What have you guys been playing?
No, Unreal. That was something to talk about. That was on the list of our topics that we got out the way, but it was impressive.
A little small because I looked into a bunch of that stuff and literally everything was kept in secret. They told us a lot of like spoof smokes and stuff, and they just showed us what it was, which is cool because Chris can go more into the rigging side of things.
I don't know much about rigging. I just know how to use rigs. It's like with PCs. Like, I don't know how to set up the innards that well. Like, I'm okay at it. I can do it if I need to. But, like actually making it move around and stuff, that's more what I want to focus on, which I haven't done in a while because Maya kicked me out and I don't have the money to spend on a new license because I don't want to. But, I mean, it was gorgeous to say the least. The thing that, to me, is more exciting than even games is how that can be used in, like, other stuff, like TV shows and movies.
Right.
Because, like, we already have, like, insane tech being put into shows like The Mandalorian, which I can't say the specific thing which I'm talking about because someone in the room hasn't watched it who actually does watch it, and then the other person in the room just decided today that he might watch it. So
that's me, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. That is me.
So there's that. So now I'm just alone here, you know, as usual, knowing things without people other knowing it.
Humble brag.
You know what I'm talking about if you've seen The Mandalorian in the last episode. That would have been so much better with the Unreal Engine.
Got you. See, I can understand it without seeing it.
Yes. But the things like that, like, if we're going to... Has everyone in the room seen Rogue One?
Yes.
No.
We went through this
Star
already.
Wars.
Ant hasn't seen a Star Wars movie except for the first 3.
Okay.
Maybe I saw
and that's maybe.
At some point. I saw episode 1. I know I saw episode 2 because I was dragged to the movies, probably by CLD when we were younger.
That's one of the better ones, though.
Yeah.
Episode 1 and 2?
Well, I mean, are you talking about, like, the second one that came out chronologically?
No. He's saying episodes.
Star Wars episode
like
1.
Episode Star
and then
Wars.
Clone Wars.
Yeah.
No, that's not Clone Wars, sir. That is Attack of the Clones.
Attack
Clone
of the
Wars
Clones.
is the animated
that's the show.
Yes.
You knew what I meant, though.
I knew what you meant, but I had to correct you because I will talk shit on Attack of the Clones. I will never talk shit on Clone Wars.
All right, I saw episode 1, and then I saw episode 2, Attack of the Clones.
Thank you.
Because I was already about to say Clone Wars again.
While that movie has some oof moments, like some like really weird, like
you're still talking about Attack of the Clones?
Yeah, that one. Okay. Like the guy, like Anakin in the movie, he's like hella creepy. Like with the girl, like with Padme, like straight up just the creepiest motherfuckers. Like, hello, Padme, I love you. Like, dude, like we
I
get
don't
it.
remember it. Wait, is this the one where the Yoda fight and everybody was hype at the time? We fought?
No, that was the third movie.
Well, actually, no.
I thought that was.
He did fight in the second one as well. He fought Dooku at the end, right?
I remember that being a huge deal.
Yeah, Yoda fights Dooku in the second movie, and on the fourth movie he fights the Senate. No,
in the third movie he fights Palpatine on like the floating chairs and shit in like the Senate.
That's what I remember. I remember
that Yoda fight was pretty lit.
I remember
just
that,
like flipping around like a little goblin.
Yes. That's what I saw.
Yeah, and then like there's just old man. What's his name in Lord of the Rings? He's not Gandalf. He's the other wizard.
Sauron.
Ring wizard.
I thought Sauron was the eye.
Oh yeah, Sauron is the eye.
I'm not even a Lord of the Rings.
I forget his name.
The other wizard, that guy.
Saruman. There you go.
Saruman.
Saruman.
But you know, movies and stuff. But yeah, I don't know what we were talking about now.
You said you were about to say something about Rogue One.
Oh,
Yeah.
they do a thing where in Rogue One, you know who Princess Leia is, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Back in the original trilogy, she was obviously young.
Right.
So in Rogue One, that's the time period it takes place in. Like right before that first movie happens in A New Hope is when that time period is. They brought some technology into so that we could have that young version of her in it. You've probably seen gifs of it and stuff, and it kind of looks like slightly off. Like it's good, but it's not amazing. Same thing with Grand Moff Tarkin, like the really like old like general that's like super Nazi boy, you know, most of the Empire. Yeah, his was a lot better than hers. But if they had Unreal Engine with what was just shown the other day, my God,
Yeah.
That'd have been
you can bring people back from the dead.
That'd have been
straight up.
nuts.
Yeah.
But yeah,
That was a crazy realism, and like the rigging, like I said, like I mentioned the rigging because I thought you were interesting on it, just because like the articulation, the articulation in the rigging was
it's super
so
advanced.
outrageous because like they're doing like fingers now for full
I mean, they've
rigging
always
and
had
everything on
fingers.
that. Yeah, but like for Unreal Engine, most of the animations were based on just one regular rig. For like you had the thumb and you had the 4 fingers.
No, you had individual fingers.
Did you? Oh, because
Yeah,
this time it was
we've
like
had individual
it's
fingers
like-
for a while. Like, what's a game that's been made in Unreal? Like
every
recently.
game.
I'm about to
Almost.
say, where do we start?
Not every game, bro. Like
God
like-
of War was made in
Okay,
Unreal.
cool. Yeah, fingers
Mega
are
Man.
definitely a thing in that.
Mega Man was
100%.
made in Unreal.
Mega Man wasn't. That was
No,
some
Mega
bullshit.
Man was. Mega Man.
Mega Man, the first one.
Yeah.
No, not the first one.
That's what I,
I
You
thought
know,
you
all
meant
those
like,
pixels in Unreal.
right?
hey, don't knock it. Don't knock it. Because
The pixels
It's
are
impossible.
what do you mean? Hades was made in Unreal.
I didn't say Hades.
Where are we
No.
getting names from?
What do you mean?
What is happening?
Because you said pixels. Hades is made with pixels.
Everything's made with pixels.
No, not. All right, I mean pixelated, not like smooth.
Hades isn't pixelated. Hades is like smooth boy shit.
Yeah,
No,
it's pretty smooth.
is
It's
it?
not. It's not pixels. It's like,
looks
it's like
very-
some kind of. Or I don't know what to call it.
It's 3D on like a
Yeah.
2D plane, but it's not a 2D plane. It's just at an angle that makes it look like it's 2D.
It's isometric,
Isometric.
2.5D. I think.
Yeah,
that's what
it's
they
just a
call it.
fixed camera. If anything,
Yeah.
it's like what's the one Mario game that I've never played where the camera's always fixed and you can't really adjust it.
RPG.
Maybe. Okay.
I know that's fixed.
We don't play
and
games.
Isometric.
But yeah, Unreal looked cool. It was a very good time.
Yeah.
To see that, and then it was very funny to me when they switched to the. It was like the black girl at first, and then it switched to the Asian man,
Guy, yeah.
and I was like, oh. We're doing this, and it was just the same animation, just on a different person.
I like the fact that they had like hair and all that stuff. Like
The hair was
new
the
technology
more
for that. So.
Impressive part to me because hair is always insane because it's just a lot of simulation that you have to do,
Right.
and like telling it the rules of like this is what gravity is, this is what your hair is like, this is how it reacts to wind, this is how it
hair is
sits
something
naturally.
that always confused me. I'm like, how are they doing that with hair in video games?
Uh,
How have we come to a point where you can make individual strands move on a head full of hair?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean with what was the thing? I think it's XGen and Maya. You can like simulate it with pretty much you just make like a curve, like a 3D curve. So it's just like a line that you would see on like a graph, right? And you would like pose it to where you want it to be shaped, and then you would tell the computer simulate this amount of hair with this amount of cluster around this singular curve, and it would like pretty much copy what that curve is and then put it on the geometry. So like you wouldn't
Okay.
have to have every single hair in existence on there,
Yeah.
and you could kind of like bullshit it that you have every single hair.
So it's more so like a texture and then an implementation on the texture?
Yeah, it's a lot
Yeah.
of just straight up simulation, and then you get to like places like Disney and Pixar where they actually do almost all of the hairs and then like just bulk it up. Like it's a lot more for them. So like I could put like say 40 of those like curves on the top of some dude's head and then make it look like he's got like, you know, like a fade straight
Right.
up. Like I can just do that and populate it, and it won't be super amazing, but it will be there. And then you can do like up to like 10,000s of those, like with like Sully from Monsters Inc. Like
Right.
all of his hair, I'm pretty sure is like individual like follicles, and they had to like simulate that all through the computer, and it's like.
Did they have to like put in each follicle, or is it just like?
I think it's like.
Clumps, I'd say.
It's a clump, but it's like to the point where like it's not like noticeable, and then you also have to groom it too. Like there's like tools to like comb hair inside of like those tools and shit.
Technology,
like some
ridiculous.
like Barbie game like you play back
like,
on your PC.
Like I think if I remember correctly, I looked into like how they did the hair for one of the characters in Final Fantasy 15. I think the big bulky dude. He has long hair, and the way they did it, they played around with so many different ways to do it to where like his hair could sway in the middle of battle. So what they did is they used particle effects to just be able to like change the way the particle effects would like go, and then his hair would just mimic that. So what they did is they did a particle effect recording, and then they mimicked that onto his hair. So his hair was just mimicking what something else was doing in the same game. So like if the wind was coming through, there was always like some sort of leaf or something rolling around. His hair would mimic that animation, so that way it looked like it was flowing the same way.
That's some super
as
impressive
the leaf
shit.
Yeah, it's crazy the way that they do that stuff.
We've come a long way from the PS1 hair was just a bunch of like triangles formed in a way that looks like hair.
It's the Dragon Ball Z hair, bro.
Yeah.
Exactly. They were probably
Still
having a
that way.
field day with polygons back then. Like, what? Anime hair? Bring on the polygons. Bring all the polygons you have.
How many cones do we need for his forehead? All of them.
One. just knock the polygons into place with the comb.
Yep.
You don't even need to comb it out.
Just take one of those like Play-Doh molds. That's just a triangle. Just,
Yeah, that's exactly. That's it. That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
Have their heads like be in the middle of the mold. Comes out, it's like, and it's just like the hair is on there.
And just clip it on. And it's just magically anime.
Yep. Oh, what? You said you Dragon Ball GT? Here's Vegeta.
There you go.
Here's Goku.
Yep.
Here's Gohan.
And then here's the bad show.
Oh my god.
So
GT was bad.
GT was
come
bad.
on. I like GT.
GT, but if you stand it next to the other series,
It was bad.
it doesn't compare at all.
It was bad. I know. But it was.
Here's the thing.
really
I can
liked
say
it.
it's bad because you talk shit about me liking the Amazing Spider-Man series,
Yeah, that's
which was
true.
actually a good series. Straight
No,
up.
I never said it was a bad series.
You
I said it was a
100%
bad
said it was
movie.
bad. Which is saying it's a bad series.
No.
I do not, once again, understand the hate for the Amazing Spider-Man
Amazing
movie
Spider-Man
series.
movies are the
Andrew
best
Garfield
Spider-Man.
I
ones.
don't know. I just don't like it, dude.
They're the best.
Oh,
man.
I don't know. They're the best ones.
No, they're straight up the best. They
No,
hold
no,
up
no,
the
I
most.
like them.
Like
though. I never understood the hate for them.
I don't hate them. I just don't specifically like the fact of how that movie turned out. Like I really just don't.
Good.
No, bad. Like I would watch the show and I would read the comics all day because the series is good. The movies were bad. That's it.
I don't think
It's
they were
so
bad.
That's
funny
literally why
'cause
I
it's the
cut it.
opposite for me. It's like,
That's why I cut
read
it.
the comics since I was a kid, and the Amazing Spider-Man series was like the most faithful to it until we got Tom Holland.
Yeah.
The fucking Tobey Maguire ones, while they were the originals, it's the same thing with Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers sucks. It's the worst Power Rangers that you can get. The only reason that you like it so much is because you looked at
Retrospect?
it with your kid's eyes. You know, like you are a kid watching it and it was so cool. If you go to any other Power Ranger series, you go to like Wild Force, dude. That shit was 10 times better. I didn't even like Wild Force. In Space, 10 times better. Dino Thunder, 10 times better. Mighty Morphin sucked. Same thing with the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. Like, it was just too early in the time frame of technology that it wasn't as good as you thought it was going to be.
For me, the third movie was that killed it.
Well, the third movie was just
first and
ass,
second-
but the first and second are still not amazing.
I don't know. The first and second are still kind of like my favorite, I guess.
As far as Power Rangers go, shout out to the Bastards again, because one time before we recorded Glorious Bastards, we sat here and watched a bunch of fight scenes from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers on YouTube, and it was the funniest shit in the world. It was so cheesy. It was like, why we watch this?
Yeah.
Now, I know we had on, if you think about it with your nostalgia glasses on. And I'm watching it, and I was like, this is the cheesiest shit in the world. I was like, we were kids, so we didn't know any better at the time. And as far as what it did and the impact, I give it all to it.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. It started a thing
Green
that still
Ranger,
goes on
White
to this
Ranger.
day.
All
First
the
of all, the Green
times.
Ranger and the White Ranger suck. That guy's
Again,
Jason David
nostalgia,
Frank.
nostalgia glasses.
I like
It was,
Jason.
at the time, He was the most badass person.
Yeah. What was the movie that came out with the purple goo? I forget the name, the actual title.
That was the first Power Rangers movie. Ivan Ooze?
Right, Ivan Ooze. There you go. Like,
that guy was so weird looking.
Yeah, he
was.
was.
My favorite fight ever out of all the Mighty Morphin Power Ranger was when Jason David Frank showed up and he was in non-suit fighting those like goo monsters.
Dude, that was the
when
thing
he
with
does that
movie.
scorch-screw kick. That literally like killed me. I was like, that's it. That's the coolest freaking move that I've ever seen in Power Rangers.
Really quick, I have a question about this. I promise you guys are going to talk about video games this episode. Maybe. Were they able to fight before they got the powers?
Yeah.
I think a couple of them were.
A few of them could. Like Jason could.
But Jason wasn't in the movie.
Yeah, he wasn't in.
It was just
he was in the movie.
No, he wasn't. No,
he
got replaced.
I'm talking about he did, but
he got replaced by Rocky.
in the
Rocky,
new movie.
yeah, by that time Rocky was
in the
there.
movie, that movie, it was not Jason.
I'm not even talking about the movie.
Really?
I'm talking about in the series.
Yeah, in the series, Jason and Tommy were both like karate dudes, and like that's like their high school like was like martial arts and stuff. And that's
I feel like
when
they
Tommy
had to
showed
do
up.
that because someone like me, 20 years later, is about to ask the question of like, man, they were really good at fighting for some high school kids.
Yeah, they really only the two were, and then I think like Kimbler, her excuse is that she was like a cheerleader or some shit, so it's like she could do some stuff. But then Billy was just straight.
Billy was trash every time until he was a ranger.
And then I think the Black Ranger, they did some like stupid shit. Where it's like he could break dance, and I'm like, yeah, this is typecasting.
Let's talk about. We're talking about video games after this because now, man, when we watched some clips of him, I was like, this is the most cliche racist shit
it's straight up
in the world. Every time he had to fight, they threw on hip hop music and he would do these. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, I didn't notice this as a kid.
Yep.
I'm like, this is not.
Bad.
I mean, that's
cool.
that's still a thing now in the newer Power Ranger movie. You ever seen that or no?
The new
No,
one?
I haven't watched Power Rangers
in the new
since
one,
Turbo.
The
one that's getting rebooted yet again.
Hasbro. Yeah. What you call it? The kid who was playing the black kid in the movie. He was
the Blue Ranger.
He was playing the Blue Ranger instead of the black. But even though at the very end when they still got into like the whole like morph and everything and like they murdered it with the robot, he was the one controlling the hips and he was still dancing. And there was hip hop music while they were fighting. And I was like, what are you still doing this?
Why we always gotta dance, y'all? Why? I mean, we like to dance, but why why do we like in commercial media? Like why do y'all make us like, oh, he's black, so turn on the hip hop music and make him dance around? What the fuck?
Because the white people can't do it, man.
The white people
straight up. Like, as an advocate for the white people, we can't do it. I'm sorry.
Somebody's got to do it.
But like, I don't know. I guess I don't know where I'm going with this. But at the same time, it's like we're not just
listen. I feel
that.
I feel your pain though, because every Hispanic person that's somewhere, they have to throw in some stupid ass salsa music like Suavemente and fucking try and get him to dance salsa, even if he doesn't know how to do it. They still do it.
Listen, my hips only lie. That's all they do. They only lie. That's it. They are lying.
Lying ass hips.
Yeah. The most I can do is headbang, and that's about it. That's my culture. Is emo music's on, and your hair is a little bit longer than 4 inches.
Up and down.
Let's go.
All right. Well, they never gave Tommy a head banging dance.
That is true.
Where he just head butted all the buddies.
You're not wrong. I'm 100% in agreement with you.
I'm talking to I guess whoever would represent them.
Yeah. But yeah. Power Rangers is
at that point. Smart was like they might have been like, Zach, hit him with your chicken. Like just takes a drumstick out, throws it across the room.
He's a cool dude, man. I met him once. He was very nice. I have a picture with him.
They also did. If you go back and look at pictures of Zach from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, why didn't give my boy a good shape up?
Yeah.
Why they fuck his hairline up like that?
Did I show you the picture?
It's going just a circle going around from his ear to his ear.
Yep.
They really fucked this man when it came to the toy because Hasbro now has the license to Power Rangers everything. So they're making the new TV show. They're rebooting the movie again. And they're making the toys now. And they're doing this thing called the Lightning Collection, which is like going along with like the Marvel figures. So you can like put them side by side. They did Zach. And they've been doing the head sculpts. So you have like the helmet and the actual person, which is cool, right? Mm-hmm. Dude, they did my boy Zach dirty because he looks terrible. I need to show you a picture of this just so how you can not appreciate, but just revolt in how disgusting this man. Of course, it's not on this fucking page. God damn
They
it.
would have brought back then, if they would have brought a black barber on set of Power Rangers, he looked at Zach like, "Oh, shut all this shit down.
Yeah, right?
Shut all this shit down. Y'all give my man a good shape up. That shit looks trash."
Oh man.
Sorry. So I'm gonna show Nico first, just so I can get his raw reaction.
All right.
What the?
Who is that? Whose man is this?
Mans.
Like, how you gonna treat him like Bieber, bro?
Now, to be fair, a lot of them aren't that great.
I'm assuming those are supposed to be small dreads coming down.
Yeah, I think he had dreads in the first season.
In the first season,
I think.
yeah.
Like it wasn't the.
Oh yeah.
Like he had the dreads to start, but then
Right.
he went. It was a shape up. I don't know.
He just got a regular like Caesar, like a regular cut.
Yeah, I don't know the terms.
I got you. That's why I'm here.
Yeah, that's it.
That's the only reason I'm here. To tell you about black haircuts.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
God damn it. So what did we play this week?
We played the shit out of Power Rangers just now.
That was a good game though.
There are too many Power Rangers games.
There
man.
are.
No,
My favorite one of back then though is the side-scrolling Super Nintendo one.
that was the one.
They're like Streets of Rage-esque one.
That's how you do it.
It took stupid long to recharge the fucking power suit before you can wear it.
Yeah, exactly. The worst one was the Genesis one because it was just a fighting game, and that fighting game was trash.
Yep.
There's a
We
new one
played
out.
the shit out of it because it was all we had, and we wanted to like it. But let's be real. That Power Rangers game on Sega Genesis was hot garbage. The new one I've heard good reviews about. I never
Shattered
played
Grid,
it.
yeah.
I never played it, but
You
I
can
heard
play
good
as
things about it.
literally every single Power Rangers character, and then the cool part is they're even bringing in the comics because there's comics now.
Mm-hmm.
And there's this world where Tommy pretty much is like, yeah, screw y'all, I'm all powerful,
yeah.
and he becomes Lord Draken,
Yeah.
where he like his like the Green Ranger suit is like black and green now,
Mm-hmm.
and he's like this huge dickhead, like took all Rita's powers, like
Didn't
killed
he, like,
her
murder,
and
like,
Zed.
a bunch of
Yeah, and then he has like Kimberly as like his like second
Slave or
hand,
something.
and she's got like this dope like costume with like a cape and shit, and like he's got an army of the Black Rangers, but they all have like a SWAT outfit on with like the mammoth axe is like more of a gun now, and it looks cool as shit,
Yeah.
like straight up.
That's pretty cool.
But
I think
it's
it
pretty
did.
neat.
Didn't Jason David Frank do like a trailer or whatever for
Oh
it?
yeah, he's been in a lot of like fan casted stuff with that, but it's a good time, man. Straight up, like I don't like Jason David Frank personally, but that's just me, because he was kind of a dick to everyone on set apparently. 'Cause he was-
Really?
Yeah, like you're the fucking Green Ranger, man. You're the
You're
man.
the guy. Yeah.
You're getting cast in Zeo. You're getting cast in Turbo, and then you also come back for Dino Thunder. You're the guy. People love you. That he went to his head. He's a little bit nicer now, and I'll give it to him. But like, was kind of a dick when I was like very into Power Rangers. But yeah,
Now, I promise the last Power Rangers thing I'm gonna talk about. Remember when Jason from the show, original Red Ranger Jason, came back in Zeo as the Gold Ranger?
As the Gold Ranger.
And they had this whole follow up as to like who is the Gold Ranger. And I remember coming home from school in the last episode before they showed it, they had him take his helmet halfway off,
Yeah.
and then it just goes off. I remember being like, tomorrow's gonna be the longest day of my life because I need to see who this is.
Yeah, man.
And it was him.
Yeah.
I remember being like, oh, my kid brain was like, this is the greatest thing ever.
oh yeah. And then they replaced him with another dude.
Yep.
Yeah, immediately.
Same thing with her. It's the second time that happened to him,
Yeah.
which is crazy. But
They just won't let him. All right, video games.
Yeah. What did we play? What did we do?
I played nothing this week, which is crazy to get.
We're
to
back.
video games.
We're back to day one. Here we go.
Listen, I've been good. Last couple of weeks, I've been firing. I've been killing it. I played not a thing because we
Nice.
had some technical difficulties
this
with
is a
our
story.
equipment, and my original mixer is no longer compatible with my computer, so I had to buy a new one. And it's been a hell of a week trying to order a new one in time to record this podcast for you people. But if you're hearing it in the way you are hearing it, everything worked out.
Yeah.
But this entire week was stressful. It's been me trying to get my audio shit back up and running, and while also mixing the latest episode that you heard last week. And any other spare time it was spent on Twitch watching all of Chris's streams. on our Save Before Quitting Twitch stream, which I hope you all know about. And if you don't, please go subscribe and
come hang out.
Watch and hang out with us. A couple times a week, one of us, two of us, or all three of us will be on there.
Yeah. Yep. Nico's going to start soon, hopefully. We'll hype that up for when he does start his playthrough. And
I can start mine now.
Yeah. Well, were you going to play that one Switch game that you've been loving?
Cyber Shadow.
Yeah, there we go.
I'm going to go on there and do it.
So it's going to be a lot more. So come join us on Twitch and then maybe watch our playthroughs on YouTube afterwards.
But that was my week. That's why I didn't get to play anything, because I was trying to make sure we can continue as we've been.
All right, so it's a justified
game.
Yeah, it's a justified.
You were playing the game of what the hell do I do?
Yes. It's been a very audio week.
Yeah. What about you, Nico? What have you been
playing? I played one thing, and it was with you on the Twitch stream for Valorant. I think that was the only thing I played. I played a few matches with you.
Close to your mic, Nico.
Oh, yeah.
I can't really hear you.
I played a few matches with Nicole, and I think that was about it. Yeah. Reason being is because school started on Monday. And you know how it went last semester. This semester's no different, except for the fact that I have a lighter loadout. So hopefully I'll still be able to play games and do whatever else I can for the cast.
Just get all that homework done early. Just straight up, plow through it. Just have a plow night.
Plow night, yep.
Yeah.
So that's it. That's been it. Just Valorant, trying to get that, and then I actually quite enjoy that game with you and Josh.
That's the thing. I enjoy the game, but I don't like it at the same time.
If I had a PC, I'd enjoy it with you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need to let it play on Mac. I could play.
Nope.
I know.
Nope. That's not how that works.
It's not available on Mac. No.
Shut the fuck up.
Nope. No games are really available on Mac unless you want to play I don't even know.
Roblox.
You can't you can't do that.
Oh, you can play Roblox?
Wait.
Well, that sucks.
I feel like you...
Yeah, I think you can.
I don't know. I don't have a Mac for a reason.
No.
Just go on the App Store and
I haven't let him even attempt to play that on my computer, so...
Once you do that, then the computer's going out the door.
Yep.
Oh, not this computer. That's one thing he will not have access to.
Yeah.
There's too many things hooked up to it. No.
But yeah, that's all I've played. What about you?
I played a little bit more Apex with the boys. I don't know why, but we were having a struggle to get a win for the past couple of times we've played. I don't know if it's the new character or if it's just
Roblox is on the App Store.
How did I know?
Well, once you get the PC, that's what that's going to become.
No,
but Apex has been a struggle, man. We have not been able to get any wins. We've been getting second place so consistently, and it's annoying because we'll land, and then we'll get all our stuff. We'll be fully geared, have the best loot, and then out of nowhere, we're just shooting the shit and talking, being friends and such.
Right.
And then there's 3 teams left, and we're like, oh crap, there's only 3 teams left, us included. And then the other team dies, and it's just 2 teams left, and we don't hear any gunshots. Mm-hmm. So we're like, okay, cool. So that team, wherever they are in this world, are fully kitted, ready to go, because they just beat the other last team. Crap, we're screwed. And then we almost lose the fight instantly. Randomly, I keep dying first, which is annoying to me, because it's never... I position myself extremely well. I'm off in a different areas from those 2 guys, so they can take shots, and then I can sneak behind or something, or just randomly we're all 3 in the same spot, and I just get beamed straight to my head, and then I'm down immediately and I'm out of the fight, straight up every single time, and I'm what the fuck's happening?
Yeah, some bullshit.
But I think it's because we're playing with PC players now, because you can't turn off the cross-platform beta without getting no games. You'll be waiting to get a game for
forever.
10, 15 minutes almost. And then you turn on the crossplay beta and you get a game instantly.
Yeah.
And it's just a joke.
Why is I don't understand that.
They're trying to just force you to only be doing crossplay now that they've added that. And it's working, to say the least. But,
right.
I'm not having a great time in Apex right now. I'm probably going to play Titanfall tonight, which was Sunday, if you're listening to this on Thursday, and I'm just gonna have some drinks and just have time. Maybe get some Taco Bell or something. Just really potato out, and then on tomorrow
I'm
on
all
Valentine's
for a potato
Day,
time.
just be in my bed with my Snorlax plushie, and we'll have a nice day watching
Use
YouTube
protection.
videos. No, me and Snorlax aren't on that level yet. We're still cuddled.
I got you.
Understood. I don't want to give him the Poke Flute, bro. He doesn't need to move out the way of the Route 16.
I said he might give it to you.
He doesn't have a Poke Flute. I have to use the Poke Flute to make him wake up.
Nico's telling you that Poke Flute you got in your pants.
He just has experience using his Poke Flute to wake up people.
That's it.
How often do you get your Poke Flute blown?
Mine? I don't know. It took 20 years for Snorlax to get up on his feet, so...
Man. Gross. All right. So, other than that, we do have a couple of viewer questions, but I have an idea.
Go on.
I have an idea. So, if you have been listening so far, you might have heard in the background a couple clicks and clacks. Mm-hmm. We're actually joined by a guest star in the background, the infamous Trenton of Roblox.
Trenton of Roblox.
Trent, what have you been playing this week? Come here. Come tell the mic.
Come here.
Come tell the mic. What were you playing this week? Right in there.
I was playing a game. I played a lot of games. I spelled and I was playing Sonic games. And then I went to play Cuphead.
Cuphead, okay.
You're playing some good games.
Yeah, man.
And then I was trying to beat Little Sonic in the game.
Talk to the mic, man.
I was trying to beat Little Sonic in the game, but...
Can't stand still.
But I was about to fight, but I was searching for Broken Bones.
What? What game had Broken Bones in it?
Roblox,
Because you broke your bones, like, and then just jump down and broke your bones.
Okay, so what game are you playing right now?
Piggy.
No. Like, what game is this that Piggy is on?
It's Piggy Roleplay.
Okay, all right.
Thank you. You can go back to you. I appreciate it.
He was playing Roblox. That's what I was trying to get out of him. He's playing Roblox.
I thought that was a good segment to have. As I was thinking about it, as like you were talking about you not playing nothing, like we got a real gamer in the house. He's playing Cuphead, Sonic, Roblox. He's got more games than we do.
Yeah, every day. He definitely could be on here telling you what game he plays every single day of the week.
If y'all like that segment, let us know.
Fuck. They're gonna like it.
Yeah, they better like it. If not, then if you don't like that, you hate kids. That's the way that works.
Damn.
You're just like Chris, kicking them in the aisle.
Listen.
I only do it for love.
Moving on. Do we want to do viewer questions or news?
Yeah.
Because I feel like we're going to get into viewer questions like we did last week.
I feel like we should do news first then.
Yeah. What was on the news, actually? So I had a few.
I want to talk about the case that I bought.
Yeah. Tell us about that awesome case, because I read a lot about that. I don't know if it's
awesome. That's the thing. Let me
I heard everything about their ballsy moves.
Well, I just love their website. That's the reason why I went in and like actually bought it. So the other day, I think I was at work, and it was actually my brother who sent it to me. He saw it on Twitter, and it was this company called D-Brand, and it was for a case, like, or the sleeves or whatever you want to call them, the shell of the PlayStation 5, and it's black panels. And it's specifically just that. They also had, like, I don't know if it's a skin that you put on, like a sticker or something like that.
I saw that and I couldn't tell what that was either. But I was trying to figure it out.
I didn't end up getting one of those. You can actually say none, so then it's only $40, which is nice, instead of the $60 that they advertised.
Yeah.
But it's pretty much just what it is. It's a black shell of the PlayStation. They literally are like making fun of Sony on their webpage.
Yeah, they're taunting them to sue them.
They are.
And like the tweet that got me to buy it was get yours before Sony's lawyers do. And then they showed their website. And I'm gonna go to their website and read a couple things, which might take a second. Do you want to read that, and then I'll read some funny parts from their website.
So while you were looking at, I looked up on the Instagram post from Video Game for News.
We love you guys.
So they posted something on here, and their blurb states, shaking things up a bit. However, D-Brand's attitude towards Sony in the past, Sony has threatened legal action against manufacturers, production, and customs. So it's like all across the board. But these guys haven't been. However, it's essentially challenging to Sony to get through all of them. So these guys just kind of slid under the rug on Sony. So, yeah. That is a dope website.
So I just want to start off. You go to dbrand.com and then you go to the dark plates section.
Mm-hmm. I like that. The
website literally on your mobile device is interactive.
Right.
And you move left to right and you can see the PlayStation rotating. So you scroll down a bit and then it has the word white. And as you scroll further, a little black blob takes it over, crosses off that, and says matte black.
Oh, that's cool.
And you move down, and they talk about Nobel Peace Prize, and I think it's just memeing on, like, how their stuff is cool or something. Mm-hmm. And then this is a section that says totally legal. Mm-hmm. And it says, when you look at this microscopic texture inside the dark plates, what do you see? Question mark. If your answer is, quote, a familiar but legally distinct apocalyptic spin on the classic PlayStation button shapes, you might be one of our lawyers. And then it shows a close-up of what the actual texture on the plates is. And it's like little like squares, circles, and they're all in different shapes that are kind of like apocalyptic. Like the square is like a robot. The circle is like the hazmat symbol.
Oh, I noticed that. I was wondering what those were. I'm looking at them, but I didn't look long enough.
They're the PlayStation buttons, but they're not at the same time. And I'll show you close up in a second. But I'm hype about this, and I don't think I've ever bought anything so quick in my life. Like, I literally went to the link, looked at the website, and I was like, yeah, I'm getting this. Like, straight up. Like, and I messaged my brother that. I'm like, yeah, bought, secured. And he's like, wait, really? And I'm like, yes, like, this is dope. So you go to their buy page and you get a couple options. You get the disc edition and the digital edition. Obviously, I went with the disc edition. So it automatically starts you at $60.95, which is a little pricey in my opinion.
Right.
But
there's another site selling them now too, but they're like way more expensive.
Well, the thing is that it's actually not $60.95. It's actually $49. And the thing that adds up to that price is the middle skin that they send with you as well. That automatically defaults to matte black. Mm-hmm. So like you can turn that off if you want, and then you're only paying $49 and then your shipping and handling. But the middle skin is actually really cool. They have the matte black one. There's a neon yellow, which looks really cool in my opinion. Yeah. You can get a white one, which is kind of stupid because it's white already.
Yeah, why would you need that one?
Yeah.
Unless you wanted to turn your PS5 into an Oreo.
It's already going to be an Oreo because the middle's already white.
No, the middle's black, isn't it? Naturally?
No.
On the PS5?
Yeah, it's white. Oh, wait, no, it is black.
That is black.
Then why the hell is there a matte black skin? Either way, there's stupidity. Whatever. So, yeah, they try to automatically send you a dark black skin.
I was like, I don't own a PS5, but I kind of know what it looks like. I've been looking for one forever.
Let's talk about the two guys in the room that have a PS5 that didn't know that. But,
and it's in the room.
And it's in the room.
I feel like the reason I was thinking that...
I can see it from here because the box is up there.
Yeah. Bad. We're gamers. And then there's one with a robot camo in the middle, which looks pretty cool. It's got like little robots drawn in it. A triple black, a red code, and the silicone. They all look like, imagine like Louis Vuitton, but instead with the LV, it's like a little symbol instead, pretty much. And then none. I picked up the none, and it ships in May. Apparently, there's already been some that have been sent out. This is actually the third wave of them.
Oh, wow.
So, like, they've already been out. I haven't seen any pictures of people getting them, so I'm not 100% sure what's going on with that. I might have to look in further about that. But, yeah, man, I bought one, and I will make a YouTube video on our channel once I get it, and, like, do an unboxing and, like, put it on the PlayStation. And I'm pretty sure that's probably where I'm going to end up putting the Miles Morales decal from the Christmas video that we got. Because I was like, I wanted to put it on the white one, but I was also in my head like, what if something happens, and I need money fast? I sell my PS5, like, boom, there you go. There's some quick money real quick. Right. No offense. I mean, people are stupid if they don't, but nobody's going to want to buy it if there's a decal on the original shell. So I'm like, maybe I keep that shell perfect, pristine. This one almost works better because it's like black with the red.
With the red.
So it works even better. I'm like, yeah, $40. Doesn't come till May. Fuck it.
I want their controller skin because I want a black controller.
That's all I want.
Yeah, the controller skins would look cool.
Well, there's an issue with the controllers as well that's happening right now, too.
Yeah, that is true.
Stick drift.
Oh,
drift.
Yeah.
There's a lawsuit happening about it now, too. And it's funny because, like, my controller, personally, No stick drift yet.
I don't have drift yet.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
And I've been playing it probably a little bit more than you, not to, like...
No, you have.
And I've been talking to Brett from Haptic Intel. His has it.
Oh,
Yep.
shit.
So
like,
now
is it similar to the Switch drift?
Same
like,
one.
What is
It's
it?
the
not-
left. Most of the people that are experiencing the stick drift are experiencing it on the left side stick drift, and it's the same. It's either shaking constantly, or you have it where it drifts off to one side. Same as the Switch. And allegedly on the news, on the thing, it says that the same guys who were doing the class action lawsuit on Nintendo for the stick drifts are the same guys pioneering the lawsuit for PS5 for Sony. So in the original one, Nintendo had to kind of agree and disagree, and they did their return moment. That was all because of that lawsuit. Just
I wish I would have jumped on it when it happened.
Just to prevent the lawsuit, Nintendo had put out where you can send both of your Joy-Cons, and they will send you factory sealed ones back to you at no cost. That might actually happen with Sony as well, since they go hand in hand with lawsuits, just to try and prevent and paying $1 million and stuff. They're gonna say, "Hey, overstock PS5 controllers that are everywhere because we don't have a PS5 to give
Them
people
things
to."
ain't selling out. You can
Yeah,
get them
they're just
anywhere.
gonna be giving out to people. So
Well, the crazy part is apparently that Sony knew about this for months before even the pre-release. So that's what the lawsuit's really going after, is the fact that not only did they know about it, but they knew about it and then they sold it, which is very similar to what Cyberpunk did. So like, it seems like that's becoming more and more of a mainstay in the video game industry right now, which is
not good.
I feel like they're dropping
bullshit.
the ball on their QA. Like a lot of these games and companies and like even dev companies had a strong QA beforehand, and now it's just like, hey, it's done. Okay, get it out. It's like, why? Get it tested first.
Well, they tested it and they knew. That's the worst part. Like they did do it, but they were like, well, we're still gonna make money, so fuck it. And that's the worst part. It's like, that you're selling shit, and then like, here's the thing. Like, if you even, I don't know, like if you told me there was an expiration date on how well my controller is gonna last for like the first generation, like oh, this is gonna maybe last for like X amount of hours of gaming, and if I overuse the hell out of it and I'm only gaming, then I'm not going to be mad when I need to go to new controller because you told me already.
Right,
right. You're telling me that with what we had, all we can do is not specifically this amount, like say 128 hours of gameplay specifically. If after 128 hours that issue can arise and you inform me about it, then I'm like, okay, cool.
You let me know.
I know I can go buy a new one if I need one. I'm set pretty much. Like, it's not that big of a deal. Is it stupid and shitty? Yes. But not telling people is even worse than telling them as of that point.
Right.
And that's what causes these lawsuits to go and probably cause the company a lot of money.
Yeah.
I mean, Sony's probably a little bit better than CD Projekt Red is.
By seeing how many like controllers there are, like fully stocked in every store,
There's like
everywhere.
10 everywhere
My guess is that there was a lot of people who, or in the QA on their industry or on their factory, that were like, hey, this is faulty. Let's make 1 million of these. And then if like, let's say out of every 10 batch, there's only one faulty, then there's going to be people that are going to buy remotes anyways. So let's just over make remotes. Which we could have seen that if we hadn't been so trustful of Sony of not doing something like this. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, no, I guess that makes sense because people are going to buy more than one remote
for
a lot of the time.
For everyone's system, let's say there's 4 players. Okay, for everyone's system, there's going to be 4 remotes. One comes with, so they got to make 4 remotes for every one system they make.
You're right.
But in reality,
because in my mind, I was like, did they just make a regular amount and there were just way less systems than there are controllers?
Right.
But no, what you're saying makes sense because I feel like at minimum, you're going to assume
you need
that
at
most
least
people,
2.
we're going to have
2
per system.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
So at that
like
point, you just balance out your probability of damage. It's like, oh, well, if we have factory damage on, let's say, a batch of 10, only 1 is broken, then we have a 1% damage of, like, how much? All right, we're making 1 million controllers.
Well, 1 out of 10, that's 10%.
Well, all right, 10%. Let's put it that way, 10%. And you have, like, let's say, you made 1 million remotes. Oh, well, there's going to be 100,000 remotes that are not going to work, but they're not going to tell you that because why? They're hoping that those 100,000 don't end up being in people's wrong hands. Yeah.
Or those people aren't vocal about it and they just
Correct.
think they
just go buy another controller.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some sad shit, man.
But it sucks.
But going off of that and slightly into another company with that class action lawsuit with CD Projekt Red, some shit happened to them this past week. I think it was a little bit into the previous week as well because we recorded the pod a little bit earlier. But what was the general gist? Their source code for both Cyberpunk and Witcher 3 got stolen?
So CD Projekt Red last weekend allegedly were hacked. Their mainframe was hacked, and they were stolen for only the source code for Cyberpunk. Later on in the week, midweek, they ended up finding out that both source codes for Witcher 3 and
it was like
Cyberpunk.
Witcher 3, an unreleased version of Witcher 3. Yeah. It was something else.
Yeah, it was a few source codes. There were Witcher 3, an unannounced game based on Witcher, Cyberpunk, and I think there was 3 DLCs of Cyberpunk content that were all stolen.
And they had like some HR information, and
they had a lot of stuff. To which comes to mind that CD Projekt Red are kind of dicks. Because of all the people that they kind of let go and all that stuff because of how much money they were losing and everything, all they could say instead of like helping those people who have actually gotten their information hacked and such, all they sent them was a little email saying, "Hey, we got hacked. Try and see if you can figure it out."
No, because they said your personal info shouldn't be at risk, but just in case, like, update all your information.
Yeah, but if you have an HR files getting like taken, you would at least like reach out more than just saying, "Hey, your information might be at risk. Good luck."
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, there are dicks. We know that from just
like that just kind of bothers me. I know that they maybe not be able to do anything, but if people were to come up and be like, "Hey, now my financial stability is ruined because of whatever happened with your company," are they going to answer for that?
No, they won't.
Yeah, that's
Hopefully
my question.
That doesn't happen, but they won't.
Yeah, that's my question. It's like it's going to come down to the fact it's like, well, we sent you an email. You should have just looked at it.
That's going to be how they win that court case. Well, we sent an email.
Yeah, we sent an official email.
What more could we do?
Yeah.
But so
if you actually look at every third letter of all of our yellow apologies, that actually spells out the game wasn't ready. So technically, we communicated it.
Yeah, and then what was it? The other thing, it got put on bid on the dark web.
On the dark web.
And then what I was hearing is that allegedly that it's being rumored that the person who purchased them, like all of that stuff that was stolen, was someone from inside of CD Projekt Red so they could get it back. Which, that is just a rumor that I have heard from multiple sources.
I think the rumor...
it's surprised... Well, I wouldn't be surprised. They have money from Cyberpunk, bro. They have all that money from Cyberpunk they can just throw back at that code, because if they lose The Witcher and all that shit, and someone can just copy that source code and make a game that's even better, or even make Cyberpunk better, and like release that as something else, as like a third party entity.
Yeah, absolutely. And then the thing is, like, the reason why the rumors are like set to that is because the person who bought it bought all of the source codes at once.
That's the only way that would make sense that it was someone from inside there. Because like, why the hell would you buy all of that stuff? It was like $70K or something like that.
Yeah.
Or like, was it more the thing?
I think it was more than that.
I don't even know.
That was mentioned. But anyway, either way, it was the fact that they were all placed in different bids, and the same purchaser was the one that won every bid.
I want to read the actual quote unquote ransom note that was left from CD Projekt, and it's literally on the notepad on PC. The notepad is the file is just called read_me_unlock.
Oh jeez.
And it says a whole bunch of exclamation points. Hello, CD Projekt. Hello, CD Projekt. More exclamation points. You have been epically pwned! Exclamation point. We have dumped full copies of your source codes from your Perforce. I don't know I guess that's the name of their server. From your Perforce server for Cyberpunk 2077, Witcher 3, Gwent, and an unreleased version of Witcher 3! Exclamation point, exclamation point. We have also dumped all of your documents related to accounting, administration, legal, HR, investor relations, and more. Also, we have encrypted all your servers, but we understand that you can most likely recover from backups. If we will not come to an agreement, then your source code will be sold or leaked online, and your documents will be sent to our contacts in gaming journalism. Your public image will go down the shitter even more, and people will see how shitty your company functions. Investors will lose trust in you, and your company and your stock will dive even lower. You have 48 hours to contact us. It was very comical to me. It was funny to me reading this.
Oh, yeah.
Just the way it's written, not like the situation does. If you take all the bullshit CD Projekt did, this situation does suck.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
It's really it's some bad shit.
It makes me feel like this was probably an inside job. The reason being is because Perforce. All right, so I've been learning a little bit about Perforce, and Perforce is being used all across all big AAA dev companies. Perforce is like making your own little like internet server where all of your files go into. Nintendo's notorious for doing that. Reason why a lot of their games got delayed last year with COVID is because it lives in one site and one site only. Mm-hmm. Now, everyone who works or access to that site needs to be within the confines of the space of that site to be able to do so. So that's why a lot of the dev companies work off of like a warehouse type where they have this network sitting in a cold room or whatever, because we all know hardware sucks, and they heat up with all these massive computers. Right. Now, if you're that big of a company and you have this many files, including all of this stuff, you will have protection on them. A really good hacker could get into it, but who would really want to get into a company that is dying other than people who were in the company and got screwed over? Nobody else. Because what hacker will waste their time of getting 70, 80, 90 grand for source code that's broken, knowing how Cyberpunk works, and then just ruin a company that's kind of almost worthless right now because of all the backlash that they're getting.
Because they can.
Yeah, that's the
just
thing.
because either they can, which again, there's a lot of trolls out there in the internet that can do that.
I think that's exactly what it is.
But for somebody to be able to do it so quickly and easily,
there's a lot of
I think it's an
that
inside
can.
job.
So. I didn't think that until Chris, you brought to the table that the people who may have purchased it are people from CD Projekt.
Yeah.
And then as I'm reading this, I'm like, I don't have any facts to back this up, obviously, but I'm reading it. I'm like, oh, what if this is just CD Projekt writing CD Projekt and then buying it back from CD Projekt?
Having some sort of news, having a trust fund, having a hidden bank account, all of these things could be a possibility. That's what I'm saying. Who would take a company that's so broken and then try and kick them while they're down? Only people that would be in that company get screwed over. Or had the most amount of
people
reason.
that are mad that they spent money on the game.
Well, that too. But if they got their $60 back, okay, cool. But
maybe they didn't. And that's why they were pissed off. They were like, you know what, fuck you.
Yeah.
Straight up. Because do I think they deserve it?
I don't know if they deserve it.
Yeah, I don't think
I feel
deserving
like it's
to the point.
It's like a 50. It's not 50-50, but it's like, it's definitely like they're asking for it.
Yeah.
More than they deserve.
I'm not saying they're super innocent out here. What I'm saying is like, they were already pretty low after all this shit happened. This is just like the icing on the cake. They're just like, super stab in the back at their lowest point. Now we're going to make you even lower.
Yeah.
It's to the point like, it's like you're a kid and you have a bully. So you call a big brother or another tough guy to beat that bully up. And he beats him up. But then you see you take like a knife out. Like, whoa, okay. Don't kill him.
Yeah.
I just wanted to teach him a lesson.
Well, the other thing that comes
it's
up...
like that to me.
The other thing that comes up for the ransom note, if we're just to read it literally, having that communication, the fact that this ransom thing probably happened around Wednesday, let's say, and Friday or Saturday was when it started rising the whole, somebody bought it from the dark web. Cool. That would make sense. But if somebody were to have dumped it in the dark web and still sold it, that means that CD Projekt Red didn't contact. Which means that maybe later on down the grapevine, we're going to get a lot of like information and newscasts about what happened in CD Projekt Red, really, if those like shared files and all that banking information goes to light. And then we find out what really happened in that whole thing.
I don't know if we ever find out what happens. This just might be like a ploy to make us feel bad for them, and then they just come back somehow. I don't know. CD Projekt Red sucks. That's at the end of the day.
Yeah.
I don't think I've put that fucking game in a singular time or launched it since I bought, like, since all the shit's been coming out. Like, I'm just like, I'm done. I haven't beat the game. Like, I wanted to beat the game, but I don't even care now. Like, I don't care how the story ends. I don't remember any of the names of the characters. Like, it's just not.
Just go back and listen to our old episodes.
Yeah.
Remind yourself.
I've been watching videos from like Twitch streams of like, I think there's like a GTA 5 or like a RP server that's been going on as of late for like popular streamers, and this one dude is like doing Johnny Silverhand as his character, and it's so fucking good. Like, he sounds exactly like Keanu, and like he'll just say some stupid shit, and he's like, "You just got cyberpunked," and then he'll play the music and then put his sunglasses on in game and walk away.
That's pretty good.
Oh my god, that's funny.
And then there's one part where like he goes to walk up like these set of stairs, and I guess there was a thing in game like if he walks up the stairs and you don't walk in front of him, like it glitches the game or some shit, and he like dies, like the in-game model. So like he starts walking up the stairs and he does like a fall animation. He's like, ugh! He's like, "Come on, samurai, let's go. Fine, I'll do it myself, you bitch," and then just keeps dying over and over and over again. But it's
That's
funny.
pretty good.
It's a good meme. I'll have to send you guys the videos, but yeah.
Oh jeez.
What else we got in the news? I saw there was a Super Mario had its anniversary, and you wanted to tell a story about how you love that game.
Mario 3. What anniversary was it again? Let me look.
I just had it on my phone, and my phone went to sleep.
31st.
31.
That's such a weird number to like celebrate. 31.
They celebrate every year.
That's so dumb.
Yeah, like they have Pokemon Day. Pokemon Day is celebrating the day.
Yeah, but like for Super Mario Bros. 3,
yeah,
that's odd. Why wouldn't you celebrate Super Mario Bros? That's like being like, "Oh yeah, it's Cyberpunk Day, guys." Like,
Nintendo celebrates almost all their games.
You know what I
It's
mean?
made of
It's
a bit of a. Well, I mean, every year they do like it's been this year since this game.
I guess.
But yeah, man, Super Mario 3, 31 years. That means I was 3 when that came out. No, 4. I was 4 when that came out because I'll be 35 this year.
You're old.
I didn't say it this time,
You
so
didn't.
it's just for context.
I know.
Like, this is that part in the Walking Dead game where it's like, Ant will remember this. That it wasn't me who said it, and then it's gonna come back and bite you in the ass later when you're washing your ass.
That is true.
It's cool. We're a lot of range here at SB4Q. We're good. So I was 4 when this dropped. How old were you guys?
I wasn't even a sparkle in my dad's left nutsack, dude.
Wasn't born.
And I knew the answer to that already. Anyway.
I played it.
Yeah, same.
No. I'm sure
Actually,
everyone should have been played it. But no, Mario 3 was one of those games, like when it came out, it was one of those world-stopping. It had a movie, The Wizard. Movie, this game had a theatrical movie come out, which served as the trailer to the game.
To the game, yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yes,
Yeah, it
the
was
end
the
of the
one
movie,
with,
they show they show them playing Mario 3, and that's the first time Mario 3's ever shown.
That's pretty cool.
Was that the one with like
Dude from the Wonder Years?
Yeah.
Not Ben Savage. Ben Savage from Boy Meets World. His brother.
John Savage.
No, not John Leguizamo was in it, right?
No, what?
was
John
that the
Leguizamo. He was in the original Super Mario Brothers movie. The terrible, terrible movie.
bad one.
This movie isn't about Mario, but it is. It's about a kid going to a video game competition.
Oh yeah.
And if you make it, you get to play Mario 3.
No, I remember which movie you're talking about.
Like, that's how important this video game was. Yeah. And I remember getting this game, and it has that yellow box. And it's the simplest art, the simplest cover art. It's just Mario flying with the Tanuki suit in the air. But I feel like it communicated so much, because in the first Mario, it's running, jumping, get to the end, flowers, stars, beat Bowser every time. And then Mario 2 was like a complete deviation, and it was just, everybody knows at this point, it's a patch of a Japanese game called Doki Doki Panic. But it was completely different because you could be Mario, Luigi, Toad, or Peach, and you could pick up stuff out the ground and throw it in enemies. It introduced a whole bunch of bad guys that now are mainstays in the series.
Yeah, like,
even though the game was
Beardo
completely
and all of them.
Birdo and Ninja and
Shy Guys.
Introduced all of them. And each of the cover arts, if you look at Mario 1, it's just Fire Mario jumping against like one of those brick walls or something like that. And Mario 2, what the fuck was Mario? Mario 2 is you're just Mario and you're holding like a mushroom.
It was holding that rutabaga thing.
Yeah, I guess signifying that you could pick up stuff, things out of the ground. Mario 3 is him flying with the ears and the tail. And I remember seeing that as a kid and just being and, you know, things were simpler at that time. Plus, I was a kid, so I'm just like, oh, Mario can fly now.
They fly now?
Like, this is game. Any kid listening to this now, when you got your little PlayStation 5s and all these games y'all can play.
Yeah, right?
A character that can fly at that time was like, what the? And Mario, of all things? Like now, I knew he could run, I knew he could jump, and he had firepower, but now he can fly.
What year was this again?
What, the game was released in 1988. The initial release date was the Japan release date, October 23rd, 1988. But this was released in Europe in August 29, 1991. In North America, it got released on February 12, 1990.
I was going to say, this is the first version of falling with style before Toy Story did that. Because it wasn't flying, in my opinion.
It was gliding.
He was like floating down.
No, you can fly.
Really?
You can run and fly.
No, if you hit the button,
but then
he would
just start slowly falling with it.
Yeah,
like,
but
initially you can fly into the air.
Going up.
Yeah, but it's just falling with style.
Just
falling with style would mean that all he can do is fall slowly. He had to fly at some point. You have to get off the ground.
It was much different though. You could fly technically, because even what was the other game, The Guardians, where you had like the little ostriches. You couldn't fly in that game either.
What game is that?
It was like back in the old day when you had like
the old day. He's just piling it on. And
cool.
We'll remember that too.
No, it was called The Guardians, and it was like a 4-player game where you would play Joust. Sorry, it was Joust.
I know what Joust. All right, Joust.
There you go. I was getting it wrong. My fault.
No, you're good. But yeah, man, that was just such an important time. Mario 3 to me is the best game on Nintendo, the original Nintendo.
Yeah.
I remember between that and Turtles 2, the arcade game, those are my probably most played games on NES.
I used to play Turbo a lot too.
But man, that was just a moment in time. I just wanted to share that because of this is the anniversary of Mario 3. Such an important game still to this day.
Yes.
I think that's still one of Mario's best games.
Yep. And it's actually one of the highest priced in collection when it comes to purchasing old games, like vintage games. That's cool. In other old news, we have another... No, I'm just playing now. I'm just playing now because this is around mine and Chris's time.
And another old news: the computer was invented, and
Pokemon is also
the microchip came out, and
this just in: telegraphs are existent.
Click, stop. Click, stop. All right. But no, Pokemon is also celebrating their anniversary or having their Pokemon Day.
Oh yeah,
on February 27. Yeah.
McDonald's toys. You seen that shit with the Pokemon cards?
Yeah, dude, scalpers are all over the place.
Chris and his brother are stealing all the Pokemon cards from all the kids' Happy Meals.
I'm not.
They're walking up to kids on the street and taking their Happy Meal cards.
Ryan is. I'm not. I was not about it. I messaged him the day that the toys were supposed to be. It's not even toys. It's straight up just card packs. Yeah. Like 3 cards per pack. And I was like, "Yo, do you want me to stop by the one that's over near my work and see if they got them?" He's like, "No, you're good." I'm like, "Oh, I thought you wanted me." He's like, "Yeah, I got 6." I'm like, "Bro."
Yeah. So
and then he went to get another one.
So apparently Pokemon released as a McDonald's toy 50 collectible cards of the
53.
old 53.
And then you could get them all hollow as well. So
really?
No wait. No. It's 20 something, and then you can get them all hollow. But it's all the starters and Pikachu.
Yeah.
And you get hollows.
So they released that, and now allegedly all of the people are either buying packs. There's McDonald's places that are buying the packs without buying the Happy Meals. There's other scalpers that are going out and buying like hundreds of Happy Meals and just throwing food away to just get the Pokemon packs.
What the fuck is wrong with you people?
McDonald's hasn't done anything to stop it, but
they just did.
They did?
Yeah, you can. After the first day, they stopped it pretty much. So like the first day, Ryan got like 6 of them because he just got one meal, and then you can buy Happy Meals like, straight up. Like even if it's not Pokemon, like if it's I don't know Power Rangers, you're like, hey, can I also get 4 additional toys? You can spend money on that. It's like 30 something or whatever.
I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah. Like because you're not gonna buy that many meals to collect. Like if you're actually collecting, but like he got like 4 or 5 because I think they even limited him because like he was like, how many can I get? And they're like, we'll do like 4 or 5, but we don't want to like do them all because you know kids exist. Yeah. And then after that, and he got his, and like he's happy with the ones he's gotten, and he's fine with it. Like he's not gonna be like an abysmalite about it. Like he'll go to a McDonald's and get a Happy Meal and probably pick up like a pack because now they're down to 1. But like people were buying the whole entire box. Yeah. Like they would ship a box. And they're all in like these Pikachu sleeves, and then that's where the cards are inside of. And people were straight up just buying the box of those from like the McDonald's.
I didn't know they would sell you that.
I don't think that they're supposed to.
They're not supposed to.
But like technically, if they know how much is inside of the box, like say if there's 50 in the box of those packs, they could just ring you up for 50 Happy Meal toys and then just give you the box. And then there's also people selling the Happy Meal toy box, like the actual box the food comes in, because there's a variation where it's Pikachu. And it's actually like Pikachu as the Happy Meal box, and I think you can cut out the back because the ears are there, and you can like stick them in to make it look like Pikachu even more. But like that's selling as well. Like people are insane, man.
Yep. But, so the scalpers are going crazy because they're selling. Most of them were going on eBay on the first day.
Oh yeah.
For like one box of 350 packs was going for almost $3,000.
Which is stupid because none of the cards are worth shit. Yeah. Like at the moment, at least.
I was about to say, will they be?
Most likely because of this.
Because of that. Yeah.
But like, none of the like. Here's the thing: like, none of those cards are anything special. Like, it's straight up like a normal Pokemon card. It's like the square box with the moves, and then like I think there's the 25th anniversary logo on it, and then you can get them hollow as well. That's it. There's no like the full art ones that they got now with like the hollow and like the reverse and like there's none of that. Yeah. So and those are the ones that are like the big ticket items besides like the OG set ones, which didn't have them back in the day. But like it's just crazy to me because it's like I even looking at the arts that Ryan got, like don't get me wrong, they're good, they're cute, you know, like that because there's a starter Pokemon. They're meant to be cute to get you to buy the game. And they turn into like big badasses, but like there's nothing special about it in my opinion, and like
But what I am actually looking forward for on Pokemon Day is Post Malone's virtual concert dropping on the same day on February 27th.
Partner with Pokemon.
Partner with Pokemon.
I kept saying something about that. Is it like, where is it held?
So
like,
it's being held on Pokemon Stream on Twitch and on YouTube. They're going to be streaming it.
I thought it was going to be like
and it has
Travis Scott in
so it is.
Fortnite. Like you go on Pokemon Go and he's in there performing.
So unfortunately it's not like that. But they are going to have him be within the Pokemon world. So he's getting like his own like Pokemonized like sprite of Post Malone in the technical world of Pokemon doing the concert, doing the stream. So
what the fuck song do you think he's gonna perform?
I don't know. I don't know.
What's that really sad one that he does where it's like with acoustic guitar? I forget.
Circles, I think.
I don't know.
But
there's like a really sad one. He's got to just do that, and like he's just like surrounded by Bulbasaurs.
I don't listen to enough Post Malone. I think Post Malone's actually pretty talented. I just don't listen to enough of his music to know.
Yeah, so I'm excited for that. I really like Post Malone. He's really cool and into video games like crazy. Like at one point he even had Twitter. At one point he threw out his actual like Xbox name down. Was like, "Yo, join me on COD," and literally there was just hundreds of people like jumping in on the thing to play with them and stuff.
Speaking of that, speaking of YouTube and stuff like that. We were talking about it a little bit this week, but y'all gotta follow fucking T-Pain on Twitch, man.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes, he's great.
If listeners, y'all had T-Pain is a great Twitch gamer.
Dude, I was the other day. When I was streaming Valorant, I was using his Piddle pack.
Yeah.
That fucking whole entire playlist on SoundCloud is dope. Every single thing on there, and it's all the DMCA free shit, and he just made it for streamers. I was like, yo, you're fucking dope as shit.
Yeah.
And then I watched that interview I watched the full thing. At the very end of the interview, I didn't know this was a thing, but apparently T-Pain talks about like dads and shit, and he's like, yeah, I fucking had dad, like, and shit like that. And like the chick who's interviewing him is like the Code Miko, and she's like an anime video game character persona interviewing streamers, and she's like, what about this dad? And the first one is a picture of his dad, and he's like, wait, that's my dad. And he just starts dying laughing.
That's good.
Funny as shit. And then
I watched a little bit of it, but it is pretty entertaining.
Dude, and there was like a stream the other day for this chick. Her name is Maya, and she's like an animal like rescue person, and that's like what her career is. And she did a like what's it called, charity stream so that she could build a wildlife reservation, and she was like auctioning off items and shit. And like one of them was like an hour of time with Shroud, that guy from Twitch and Mixer, and he's a good gamer, and like other people, and then like just random items and shit. And one of the items was a wine bottle signed by T-Pain. And it was like selling for like people were bidding live in the chat, and it was like going for like $4,000+ and shit.
Oh, shit.
And he was watching the stream, and while live streaming, he's like, shit, I got like 40 of them over there. Y'all want this shit? I'll start signing right now.
Yo, I've always fucked with T-Pain. Not only his music, because I think he's super ridiculously talented, but like his personality has always been entertaining and shit.
He's so good.
I know his Instagram is Nappy Boy Gaming, so he's pretty cool.
Apparently, he's got like an org, like an organization of people that he's like,
he's building up this whole thing,
which is awesome. Yo, T-Pain, we make things.
Yeah, hit us up.
Please hit us up. I'm gonna add you in the description and everything.
I'm down for gaming.
Yeah, man, I'd love to play some games.
We'll interview you. You can come on the show.
Please.
It'd be a fourth mic for an episode.
But, I would like to purchase a wine bottle from you, sir. Signed.
Yo, $8 wine, man. He made it happen.
He was talking about that too. He's
made
like,
it
I used
happen.
to spend like a shit ton of on the interviews. Like I used to spend like a shit ton of money on wine, and like blah blah blah. But now I drink like 3 bottles of wine a night, and it's like cheap, and it gets the job done. And I'm like, damn, man, that's awesome.
Yeah, man.
T-Pain's the friend that we all want.
Yes, yes. So talking about streams, funny enough, I just got alerted by Square Enix. They
called you?
February 13th.
They have your personal number?
They didn't. But I'm on
Hey,
the.
Nico, you there?
I'm on
it's Square Enix.
No, I'm on their newsletter for the orchestra for the tour. And so they had a little smidge because
not a smidge.
All right, for all of
Square
those.
had a smidge.
Yeah, they had a smidge. So
gross.
The smidge that they had was the fact that Final Fantasy VII Remake is getting re-released for PC and PS5 with extra content, including they're gonna do a little thing where today, February 13th at 5 p.m., they're gonna be streaming their orchestra, and at the end of the actual concert, they're gonna show a sneak peek of Remake 2.
Wait, what? Really?
Yes. So at the end of the stream tonight,
are they showing Remake 2, or are they going to show the extra content that's coming to the first one?
No, they're actually showing a blurb or a piece of
blurb,
the
smidge,
next game.
blurb, smidge.
Yeah,
Malurp.
So
Fuck your
smidge, malurp, all of those sound words. Yes. So I just got alerted about that, and yeah.
What time does the orchestra thing come on?
Today at 5. So right now.
It's on right now. Oh no, it's 6 o'clock.
Oh no, 6 o'clock. You're right. So it was on.
It was already.
So did we miss it?
We didn't miss it. It goes for like 2.5 hours.
All right.
So you're just getting the email? They suck. Man.
No,
Square Enix doesn't know
I
how
just
to...
looked at my email. You gotta remember, I'm like Aunt says, like just get home and I throw my phone in the oven and just that's
and
the
just
end
go
of
and
that.
clean your ass for 12 hours at a time.
That's it.
And then be like, I'll be on Titanfall in a second.
Yeah.
I'm washing my ass.
So
just cleaning up.
So that was another thing that I'm looking forward to, is to seeing that little YouTube clip in a few hours.
I'm glad Square Enix texted your phone to let you know, like, hey, a little late, but orchestra thing. Plus, might have a little bit of Final Fantasy after that.
Yeah.
Hope you're having a good day, buddy.
Yeah, man. You gotta
Should
get
be
the
playing
in.
that soon too.
Yeah. So that's cool. We're
That is
having
cool.
so for Ant also, when you get your PC, you can play Final Fantasy Re-7 with like updated like graphics, better than the PS5 probably, and You can also play all the Kingdom Hearts because they're getting ported over to PC as well.
I saw that, and no.
Come on.
I'm never playing Kingdom Hearts again, ever. Like, when 3 was coming out, listeners probably don't know this story, but when 3 was coming out, I was like, okay, I've never played Kingdom Hearts. I'll get the collection, I can play them all, and then I'll get 3 when it comes out. We got the collection, we played through most of 1, and I was like, this isn't that great. But
1 is not that great.
No, one is not.
But I blamed it on, obviously, I missed the boat. I missed the hype of Kingdom Hearts when it was on PS2. So I guess without that context and being in that time where that was like a new thing.
I'll bring over my PS2.
Yeah.
We'll go.
I got a PS2 sitting over there. Yeah, but at the same time, like, no. So then I was like, all right, I'll play 2. I played like a third of 2. I was like, and then the story is just so convoluted and
that is 100%.
I feel like Chris talking about the Keyblade. It is a dumb weapon, and it goes well with that game because it's a dumb game.
It is.
It's the story is so like I couldn't attempt to wrap my head around that story.
You guys are hurting.
No.
It's really, it is straight up dumb though. Like all it is like Final Fantasy was doing really well and like having some really cool things happen. Not that I know of, but you know. And then Disney and Mickey Mouse just came up right behind him and just
shit on it. Yeah.
You're making a game for me now, bitch.
And then
that was the love child.
But I don't want you shouldn't be too hurt because the parts where the Disney stuff is introduced and you go through those stories, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
You better have fucking Goofy.
I think they melded.
And they want to be a main character.
Yeah, Square Enix did a good job melding the 2 stories together.
No, I didn't say that.
No, I'm saying not me myself.
Oh,
like
okay.
I'm saying like gameplay wise and a little bit of the story. Like the story doesn't really get to a solidified point until much later. No, like much later. They actually tie in a lot of loose ends and they really
DS
get you.
game, this game over here, this one that's actually a puzzle game. This one you actually play like Bejeweled Blitz, but then, you know, Mickey's just making his way through. But you'll get
story out of it.
There you get story out of it.
Yeah, there's some lore.
No, they
that moment when Mickey wasn't there in 2 because he was taking a shit over here. And then he had to like wipe.
But then
and
if you go back, you play the advanced game, you'll get the whole story about his shit that you missed.
But you guys are forgetting one thing.
That's just a temple run rip.
You guys are forgetting one thing though, and that's what kills me about games like Kingdom Hearts and probably now Final Fantasy, is that I hated. No, when so many freaking like storytellers try to play with time, and they don't explain anything. Because when they start fucking around with time travel, they fuck everything up and they make everything confusing. When the only thing that they can explain it with is time travel. That doesn't explain shit.
I mean,
so you have to like really do a lot of work for them to be able to understand what the story is all about.
For me, I'm assuming kids at the time could. Maybe I just got old brain. I don't know. But playing now, I'm just like, how did anyone wrap their head around this story? Like as much as I like the Disney parts. I'm like, okay.
That's the good parts.
Yeah, when you're playing through it, it's like, okay, I can follow this because I know this.
Then those hooded guys show up and you're like, oh, fuck.
Yeah,
but I don't want to do this.
These guys.
Once you meld the 2 worlds of Disney and Kingdom Hearts, it's like, what? Like, what is happening? These dark people, and then you got, what's... Sora,
the nobodies,
but then he's a Roxas, and who the fuck is that?
Roxas is better, first of all, and I'll take that to my grave.
Like,
and they represent all this other stories on stories on stories stacked on top of each other.
The worst part is that killed me, and this is the reason why. Like I said, that you guys are killing me. No, it's like I couldn't wait for when Birth by Sleep come out. So I always say that Birth by Sleep.
Then the titles are dumb.
Well,
that's a really dumb title.
So Birth by Sleep was the PSP
365
game.
over 2 half.
That was a dumb game. I'll say that. But no, Birth by Sleep really explains and ties the main story together. It really like gives you that bow wrapping of like, hey, all this shit that you were. That's what I'm saying. You don't need that, but when they fucked around with timelines,
you do need it. That's the problem.
That's the problem,
and you shouldn't need it.
Correct.
That's why the whole entire series is dumb. But the Disney stuff, cool.
But yeah, I couldn't wait to get to the Birth by Sleep. So I actually went when that first got released. I was one of those kids that went on to PlayAsia, which is a website where you can buy games imported from Japan. And I bought the game for Birth by Sleep a whole 3 months before it got released in
Couldn't read
North
the damn
America.
thing?
No, actually, it was subtitled, which was the fun part. But I played the entire game.
Not the game, though.
No, it was the fun part because I actually understood what was going on. Because if not, it would have been like, what the fuck am I doing?
You know we gotta fuck with you.
But in reality, like, once I played that game and I literally sat there and I was like constantly talking to a bunch of our friends at the time, the hype was still going and people were like trying to figure out shit. And I'm sitting over here with like a freaking wizard's cap on my head going, I know the whole story and you guys don't know shit. And it felt so good because it actually gives you everything of what happened, like why Roxas is a thing, why Sora is a thing, why all this shit happened, why people were dying and they turned to crystals and the dark creatures and all this bullshit. And all it turned out to be is just old men who wanted to get more power, hated their own life, and they just wanted to be better than the other person. That's it.
So
and timeline
Star
got
Wars.
ruined. Yeah, literally Star Wars. It's
Yeah,
you
I'll
have
just
the
stick with
good
Star
guys and the
Wars.
bad guys.
Is this what you feel like when I talk about Star Wars?
That's literally what it was.
No.
Oh, okay.
This is more confusing.
Okay, cool.
My thing
But that's
is,
literally all it was.
my thing is like, then why didn't they make Kingdom Hearts a game and then they just give Disney its own RPG?
Because Disney wanted Kingdom Hearts the game. They looked at Square Enix homework and was like, hey, yours looks better than ours. We want yours.
No, well then I would just commission Square to make me a Disney RPG,
But then
not
Disney
a Kingdom
doesn't
Hearts.
get all the money then. That's the reason why that happened.
What do you mean? Like they couldn't have gotten all the money from Kingdom Hearts.
When Kingdom Hearts first started on Square Enix as a project, they gave us that on the booklet for the first final mix. So if you play the final mix pluses, those games are what technically a lot of the sprites and the designs and the color, those were natural colors that Square Enix was actually working on. And that was going to be their own story. Disney was the one that came in and was like, hey, we'll let you use our product, but we make all the merch money and we make X commission for giving you all the worlds. Oh, but you have to use these worlds that we give you. And then they had to rechange and re-scrap everything they had worked on. So Kingdom Hearts 1 was almost at finishing before Disney came through and was like, hey, we want that.
This is stressful.
Yeah, that's literally what happened with the whole game, and that's why it got so confusing after that.
All right, well that cleared nothing up for me. Yeah, Kingdom Hearts coming to PC.
Yeah, that's it. That's all that was.
That was that 20-minute discussion about how the Keyblade sucks. All right.
E3. This is the last new thing we're gonna do before
We're going to
get
do something, probably.
before we get to the
We'll do
news.
something. Yeah.
The questions. E3 has come out and said that their expo, quote unquote, is going to be pretty much digital this year.
Yes.
If they can get it cleared by the SCA.
By the SCA, yeah.
And they already said there's already been talks where a major game company is already saying, no, we're not doing it. There's no point. We don't need this anymore, which I think is probably either PlayStation or Nintendo.
I feel like it's PlayStation because they pulled out of last year's.
They did. But also Nintendo just does directs now. They don't really need E3 at all.
Yeah.
E3 is going downhill over the past couple of years.
It
just,
was
like,
already
boring.
dying, which is sad because as a media outlet now, as SB4Q, it kind of sucks that that's dying before we got the chance to go there.
Yeah.
I mean, technically, I guess if it came back, we could go, but it wouldn't be like we didn't get a chance to go there before it stopped being
being what it was. Yeah.
The
mean, we have other
PAX.
other conventions like PAX. PAX has now turned into
in Gamescom,
and Gamescom. Yeah, they've been
Games.
yeah like PAX West has been like and PAX Prime have been like two of the biggest content creators and two video game like conventions in the Northwest. So it's not like we're missing a lot. It's just it was one of the biggest televised
there's a PAX
like
East too.
conventions. So it's
Listen,
Yeah.
we'll do things, probably.
so
Yeah, but that's not the reason I brought it up.
it's sad. Yeah.
One of the reports, everybody listening, that that's the latest on E3, and when E3 comes, we're gonna figure out a way to
to get in it.
get reported to you. Kind of how hopefully we can do it in a similar way that we did the Game Awards.
Yeah.
Hopefully, but we're thinking about ways to present that in a special way to you guys. So I don't know. Stay tuned for that. I think the rumored days for E3 is like it's like mid-June. It's like June like 14th or 16th or something like that. But yeah, we're gonna figure that out for you guys.
Yeah,
we're excited.
We are. I'm excited. I want to see what the hell's coming.
Yeah. Question time.
So question time. Mail time. Mail time.
Put some auto-tune on that.
Oh, I got you.
So you said you got a question from someone else besides CLD, right? Do you want me to read the CLD one and then we'll do that one?
We can start with CLD. Start with CLD.
Okay. So, yet another week of CLD questions, which we are very thankful for. Save before quitting at save letter B number 4 quitting on Twitter if you want to do this as well. Inspired by Horizon Zero Dawn, what was something in a game you had to do that was just infuriating due to the difficulty? Besides Horizon Zero Dawn, for me, the Valkyrie Queen in God of War.
CLD, I feel your pain.
I don't, because I said I don't need to kill them. I don't care.
I feel your pain on that God of War. But no, that wasn't my most difficult.
I'm sitting here trying to think of the most difficult.
I think I have one. And I definitely have one. So I think the most difficult for me, and it was something that, I didn't have to do it, but I wanted to do it, and it was infuriating, was trying to achieve defeating Emerald Weapon and Ruby Weapon in Final Fantasy VII.
That's a good one.
Now, those guys were outrageous. Mm-hmm. So, just to preface a little bit more about those two, there were, hidden monsters that you can fight alongside the other weapons. It coincided with the story where Sephiroth releases all of these weapons, and they're ready to, fight him. It's more like the Earth is trying to protect itself. So, within the story, you fight Diamond Weapon as the actual story one that you have to fight. Mm-hmm. And then you had Ultimate Weapon flying around, and that's how you get Cloud's special sword.
Right.
Cool. But then you had Emerald Weapon and Ruby Weapon. Ruby Weapon was by the Golden Saucer in the sands. And it was like a little hidden squiggly, red thing that once you clicked it, this gigantic monster would come out. Mm-hmm. And I remember this. The first move it would do a sand tunnel. And if you had your whole party alive, it would suck 2 of them in and kill them automatically. You would never get those 2 party members back ever again. And then once it did, you could never do damage to it while his hands were not in the ground. Mm-hmm. And when they were, there was these 2 tentacles that would show up behind your party and just start smacking the living crap out of your teammates for 9,999 damage. Full insta-dead kill for every 1 smack.
Unfair.
Now, Emerald Weapon, on the other hand, was down deep sea, and you had a timer. You had to beat this monster in 1 hour. Now, the worst part was it had 1.2 million health points.
That's fair.
And for every 1 materia you had equipped onto your party, it would do 19,999 damage per materia. But if you didn't have any materia, your parties would technically just do 1 point of damage with the regular blades.
That's some bullshit.
So those were the hardest enemies to beat. Mm-hmm. The easiest workaround was to try and find a materia called Knights of the Round.
I remember.
Which you could not do unless you had a freaking gold chocobo. And it took forever because you had to breed an A with an A to get a B. And then breed a B with an A to get an S. And then breed 2 S's to get a black. Then breed 2 blacks to get a gold. Racist. And then be able to make this chocobo climb and fly over some mountains to get this stupid materia. Mm-hmm. To then be able to beat those 2 guys.
That's a lot. Dude. You were good then.
But
you didn't have to worry about shit.
Forever.
And yours, Chris?
So there was a game that I used to play religiously back on the Game Boy Advance. It was one of my favorite games. But it was a bitch. It was called WarioWare Twisted.
Mm-hmm. I remember this game.
If you don't know what WarioWare Twisted is...
I do not.
You don't know? You've never seen it?
Actually, I don't think I've ever played it.
You've probably seen the cartridge for
probably
it.
Did.
Yeah,
I just never really got it.
You've seen the box.
So, first of all, WarioWare Twisted, 10 out of 10 game. No lies. So, here's the box art. Fucking, don't take me to eBay. I don't want that.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So, the cartridge of this had this little motion control lump at the bottom. that you would have to use to move the actual console of the Game Boy left and right. And that's how you would play your mini games. Every game was hard for me because I would only ever find time to play this when I was in the car. So
no.
I would always play this in the car, and I would never be able to win or get like high enough that I needed to. So I would just be like losing constantly. And then like when I did play it out of the car, I was like 10 out of 10, like best gamer in the world. But dude, let me tell you, that game, I want it now. I need to find a Game Boy SP. I need to find that game, and I need to stream that on Twitch so I can just rage.
That'd be some entertaining
That would
shit.
be fun.
Yeah. But like I love the WarioWare games. Like Wario is my favorite Mario character just because I think he's just the funniest looking, and like he's a douche in a
He's
Smash.
a nice like super left field Nintendo character.
Yeah.
Yeah, like don't get me wrong, Waluigi's cool and all, like wah, like but like
No, he's not.
wah, like that's so much funnier.
You know what? You know what ruined Waluigi for me? The internet.
The internet, yeah.
Not that I was a super fan of him in the first place, but people got so like obnoxious with the Waluigi shit. I'm like, all right, he's not that cool.
Yeah.
Like people like him ironically,
Yeah.
and it's like, all right, well, he's not this great.
I think
Yeah.
Mario characters, mine was Toad.
Wah. I like Yoshi too. Yoshi's my biggest favorite. Like Yoshi and Wario are my two top 10 characters, and they're the only on the top 10. It's just those two people.
Damn.
Everyone else can go somewhere. They can go to the castle. But yeah, that's my hardest moment in games. Other than that, not to say that I have an easy time in games, but it's like if I try it, I
Pro
don't know.
gamer over here,
right?
ladies and gentlemen.
Valorant. Hate it. It's the worst. But no, like that was my hardest moment in games, and like Ryan can attest, like I would get very mad in the car. Like when we were like driving to like church or something, like on a Sunday, and I was playing WarioWare, and like I'm just like left and right and like trying to do this mini game, like putting out like a candle or something with like the thing. I was gonna throw that Game Boy out the window.
Walking into church angry.
Yeah, that's the only way to do it.
Yeah.
Isn't that how it is done to this day? But yeah, that was a thing that I very much had difficulties with, because I would play it outside of the car, but like that was always where I ended up playing it, and I was like, this is the worst game for me to play in the car, and I never realized that as a child, because I was just like, I want to play it. That's all I want to play. And then like I switched over to Pokemon, and then I had a better time with the Game Boy.
Of course
Advance.
you did.
Yeah, Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire, man, gems.
Dude, I had like 600
Literally.
hours on Emerald.
Ruby and Sapphire.
Yeah,
I had like 600 hours on
they're
Emerald.
so good.
Yeah.
I remember I had those, and I had like the little coins you would get as a pre-order bonus, the
yeah.
lenticular ones. But like those were the first ones I had played since Blue, because we only had the big Blue cartridge for Game Boy. And then randomly, we were at my old elementary school, me and my brother, and we found Fire Red and Leaf Green on the ground in the playground.
What?
And the thing that was
Somebody had a bad day.
Yeah,
Was
somebody
great
did,
day.
they just lost it or something. Like we found it, and we were like, okay, well it's ours. Like finders keepers, you got wrecked. That's the phrase.
That's the phrase.
That's the phrase.
But like we kept it, and I don't know if it was me who did it, because it was probably me, because I'm an idiot. I took the stickers and I changed them
Oh, no.
to like the other. So like I took Leaf Green and put it on the Fire Red cartridge.
Why?
Because
Why?
Here's the thing, it looked cool. Like it's straight like the metallic sticker of like metallic green on like the red like matte cartridge, and then the vice versa on the other. It looked really cool, but at the same time it was really stupid, like straight up. But
Later on, you had to be like, "This isn't what I'm playing."
yeah, I make a lot of stupid decisions like that. Like,
It's
and
okay.
Ryan's always the voice of reason, telling me not to, and then I do it anyway. Like he always holds this over me. There was this Spider-Man figure I had where it was like they started doing these like they were like 12, like maybe 7-8 inches like between there, like not a normal size, and they had cloth suits over top, and it was a symbiote Spider-Man with like a cloth suit. And I was like, you know, it'd be really cool if I like cut up the suit, and he was like battle damaged because it's like symbiote, you know. And he's like, don't do that. And I'm like, no, I'm gonna do it. And I cut it up, and it looked like he had like the Andre the Giant single strap singlet on by the time I was done. And like I've recently found it again, and like I started selling shit on Mercari, and that was the first thing that I ended up like legitimately buying was a replacement one of that. And like it showed up in the mail. He's like, you motherfucker. Listen, I
told
needed
you.
to. I ruined it, and I still have the one that looks like Andre the Giant and terrible, but like
I did the same thing with
for science.
I did the same thing with my Ruby and Sapphire case because
you made like Andre the Giant.
No, me and my friend had like the opposite of one. Yeah. So we went in the back and we opened up the screw and then we switched the half cases.
See, that's so smart.
So
idea.
His was like red and blue, and mine was red and blue.
I'm just ripping off stickers. You're doing some like actual cool shit.
You got some ingenuity about you.
So that was cool.
Now I want to get them and like do that. Like, man, I need to get a Game Boy SP again because I can't remember where mine is. I think it might have been sold off at a yard sale for like $2 by my mother because she did that with our PS1, and I was so triggered.
Oh, I know you're pissed.
I gotta find it.
You have no idea. She literally just sold it, and she's like, "Well, you guys don't play it." I'm like, "Yeah, it's because PS2's out. Doesn't mean you won't get rid of it, dude."
Yeah,
right.
Exactly. Thank you. But yeah, that's my hardest moment in games. What about you, Ant? What's your hardest thing that you've achieved? It was Pokemon Snap, right? That took you a long time.
And it was Hey You, Pikachu.
That's the opposite question. Hey you, Eevee. I don't know. I'm really trying to think about it. I think it's just because of all the year. Like my hardest moment.
Like what was something that like if you just remember back that you rage quit almost
like
at?
What month or what enemy or whatever.
A recent one is that after the whole all the Souls games came out and Bloodborne and all that, and I never played any of them. So Bloodborne was like free on PS Plus a long time ago now, but a minute ago. So I was like, all right, here's my introduction to play one of these kinds of games.
Yeah.
I didn't get past the beginning.
Same. That's why I haven't played it.
We talked about this before, but I'm just like, I got to a point where I was just like, I don't care. Now it's not even, maybe it was a pride thing. Maybe it was like, I've never had this much trouble, especially after all this gaming experience through the years, to start a game this way. And I was like, what type of fucking wizardry is this? No. And I think that was the one time I played, and I was like, no, I don't have time for this shit.
Yeah,
you're not going to insult my gaming intelligence.
You definitely got frustrated when I told you, the weapon's sitting behind you the whole time. All you had to do was turn around.
Either way, just the difficulty in beating that initial enemy. I was like, what type of... I don't have time for this.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
This doesn't make me want to play. This just makes me want to... Well, I'm not dealing with that for a whole game.
The people that do want to play that, they're sick in the head. Because I can't understand it. I'm like, lean me into it. Let me get better over time, man.
I'm going to get better over time, guy.
I can't do this thing where it's like, hey, you remember expert mode from through... Like, here you go, expert.
Immediately.
Yeah, no weapons, no armor. Go for it.
Have fun.
One shot, dead. Repeat. Maybe you don't do it that way this time. Times 20.
The one game that was like that I have not played but wanted to play just because it looked cool to navigate through was Sekiro, and I've still never played Sekiro. But it looks more fun to just move around in that game, the ninja shit.
Sekiro was actually very frustrating as well. I didn't find it too frustrating because I was quick to give up.
Over here.
No, I was quick to give up on that game. That was my problem.
To be honest, that's a pro gamer move.
Yeah,
if it makes you that mad and gets your blood pressure that high,
what got me was I got through the first boss, I got through the second mini boss, and I got to like the third boss where you have like this really crazy encounter. And you have to fight this dude with a spear, and he beat my ass like 6 times. I died like fucking 18 times in total. But I was like, what killed me the most was literally, the game doesn't tell you anything except for there's this crazy like sickness that's like
Were you down with it? Were you down with the sickness?
Well, no, the worst part was...
I just had to get that out.
The worst part was like, it doesn't tell you anything about that. Until like you have already stubbed your toe in the same rock so many times. So literally I died to this boss about 18 times, not figuring out how to like really fight this guy or whatever. It magically goes and gives me another piece of the story saying, hey, you remember that sickness that I mentioned to you like 30 deaths ago? Yeah, well, the more you keep dying, this sickness is going to kill off people who are going to help you upgrade your weapons later on in the game. And literally I sat there and I was like...
Stupid.
30 deaths ago.
See, that's the shit I'm talking about.
And I was like, what do you mean?
These games, the Souls game and Bloodborne and Sekiro, like, when you look at them, like, all right, I could probably do it. But they don't seem fun. Like, it's one thing to be a hard game.
Right.
That's fine. I'm never mad at difficulty, ever.
Yeah.
But the way you present it to me, it's just like you're making it like not even fun to play. Like I don't want to play through that shit.
Like literally, I sat there and I was like,
you made a stressful game.
Yeah.
Like I don't.
Yeah, because
my life is already that way.
Yeah, because now I'm sitting there and I was like 30 deaths back, and I was like, so you're telling me that the smith that was upgrading my sword and making me just good enough in the last 3 bosses is now dead.
Yeah.
And it's like, good luck. But it doesn't, and he also doesn't explain to you later on that there's places you can go to revive said people. So it just gives you, yeah, you done fucked. Good luck. And you don't find out until way, way later on that you're like, oh, well, I could have continued trying or done it differently.
Right.
It's like the South Park BP oil spill guys where they're just rubbing their nipple. We're sorry.
Yeah.
It's like,
that's literally how I felt. I was like, what the hell? But
we're not sorry.
But yeah, I
They
quit
did it on purpose.
fairly quickly on that game.
Yeah. That's what our rage moments were. Tell us what yours were. CLD's was Horizon. What? Oh, no, it wasn't Horizon. It was God of War. Horizon brought it out. Wait, why did Horizon bring it out? You didn't mention that.
Yeah, you didn't mention that. So
you said
let us
Horizon brought up the question, but then you said it was God of War that was the thing. What happened who hurt you?
Yeah. What robot in Horizon hurt you? Because if it was the T-Rex, then I feel your pain too.
I don't even think I saw the T-Rex.
What?
I just did the story. I don't care about
the T-Rex was
I didn't
pain.
get there yet.
Yeah.
No, you haven't got
I just did the story. I was like, I don't care. I just want the story, and that's all I care about.
I really like fighting
The robots
all
are
the
neat,
robots.
but...
All right, we're 5 minutes from 2 hours. So he did hit us with another question that is.
Oh, we did?
Oh,
Yeah, I found it. What was the first major accomplishment in a video game that you can remember? For me, it was getting Supersonic in Sonic 2. That's what he said.
Ah.
That is a good one.
That
I
is a
remember
good
getting
one.
that too and being like, what? Sonic is Goku now?
Yeah, right?
Sonic is Goku now.
Man, that's going to
So, like, an accomplishment or, like, wait, what?
Mine was Mega Man X2. When you get all of the zero parts, collect every sub-tank, and get every piece of armor, and you can unlock the Dragon Punch.
The Dragon Punch, yeah.
I mean, like just the same as Mega Man X1, where you get the Hadouken after collecting everything. But I remember renting Mega Man X1 and beating it, and I didn't own it. But my parents bought me Mega Man X2.
Oh.
So collecting everything and then seeing Mega Man do Street Fighter moves to me.
Yeah,
and they all one-shot the bosses. So you're immediately, as long as you have full health, you can one-shot any boss with one of those like Street Fighter moves. Right. And you like after getting that, I just ran to the end of the game. Every boss, just Dragon Punch. You're dead. Yep. You get the Sigma Dragon Punch. It's over.
Yep.
For me, that was just cool as shit to see. That was back before games gave you shit like that.
Yeah.
So to see another game represented in this game, that was cool shit to me. So that's mine. My earliest one I can remember. Or just beating completely Super Mario World on Super Nintendo 100% as a kid. That was a big accomplishment.
I think for me was Mega Man Battle Network 3. Mm-hmm. When you have to fight Bass.
He was in 3? So, I don't think I only played the first 2.
So he was in 3 once you got to the dark web. Mm-hmm. So once you infiltrated the dark web, you can fight Bass, and then later on you can actually get his armor. And to get his armor, you had to beat him, and then beat him within a certain time frame. Mm-hmm. And it took me, if I remember correctly, it took me almost 4.5 months to do that. Just to figure out like a good chip set, just to figure out like a good deck set and everything to be able to do it. And then just quick trial and error, constantly playing that same fight for like a longest time. Mm-hmm. And I think at one point I managed to beat it, and it was the one time that I was just like, I'm just going to practice this last time just to practice. And then went for it, and literally just like everything smooth. He did exactly what I thought he was going to do.
Everything synced up nicely.
Everything synced to the last literally blaster hit, and I got the whole like animation where it like explodes, and I was like,
I love moments like that.
I was like, it was the last round for practice for me to the night, and it was just like me practicing for the last time. I was like,
it's such a weight off your shoulders. Like I love it, like especially like RPGs.
Oh yeah,
where you're fighting a really tough boss, and you're just like, when is this over? And then finally, you just see the animation of them dying. You're just like, throw your hands up, like yes,
like I did, and I was like, dude, I was so hyped because I was like, I get the armor, and like literally just slapped on that armor, and it was just the best thing ever. Because like what he gave you was you always get a fresh refresh on your deck. 2, you always get the last card you finish and use. Sometimes you end up losing it. This time you would just get it refurbished at the beginning of your deck. It was so nice to just be able to slap that chipset on and be like, I just used it again.
Yeah.
And it was so satisfying to do that. So
gotta love it.
That was the biggest moment there.
You, sir, Chris.
Mine's a meme because I can't think of a specific one. It's my proudest moment as a gamer. Is when I was a young lad. There was a game on the PS1 called Spider-Man.
I know where this is going.
No, you don't.
Oh, okay.
You think you know it, but you don't.
I have
You
no
think
idea.
you know me. You think you know me.
I do. I thought.
On this day. Okay, so on this day that I was playing this game, this was like maybe late into elementary school, going into middle school area, like time frame. And I had a neighbor who was a very attractive female.
Nice.
You know, the girl next door type shit, right? So, like, we would hang out a lot. We would, like, ride bikes, you know, like, from our place to the other place. Like, my place to their place. They're 2 houses away. And, like, you know, we wouldn't go past this house because it looked creepy because they had, like, a bunch of foliage and there was cats and shit and it was scary. You know, the huge suburban life. And then one day I was playing Spider-Man 1 and I was having a jolly good time. And I'm sitting on, like, the edge of my parents' bed because that was the only place I could play the PlayStation X. They were in the living room and they get to watch TV. They own the house, you know, that type of shit.
Went through that. Yeah.
Don't have a TV in my room, so I'm playing on theirs in their bedroom. And so I hear my mom, she calls me. She's like, hey, I'm not going to say the girl's name, not that it matters, but she wants to go and Scott and play, like, come out and play. And I'm like, no, I'm playing Spider-Man. I'm beating this game because I'm a pro gamer, you know, like, but like with like 3 octaves lower. So then she proceeds to come into my house, into my parents' bedroom. Yes. And she's like, come on, like, come out, let's hang out. You know?
How old were you at this point?
It was like almost middle school time. Nothing was actually going to happen, but you know, like, whatever. It was funny because, like,
Not
later in
attitude.
life, we were on, like, her porch one day, and we, like, confessed, like, yeah, I liked you in this grade. No, I liked you in this grade. Oh, and, like, we, like, missed each other, like, every other grade with, like,
Did you
liking
immediately
each other.
make out?
No, not at all.
Damn.
You know my game. Non-existent. Or Spider-Man 1.
We're gonna
So-
rectify that.
Yeah, right.
Probably not. Anyway, so like, she's, like, pretty much begging me to come out and, like, ride bikes. And I'm just like, and I stood my fucking ground
And was like,
as
ride
a fucking
this.
gamer. No, I didn't say a shit about riding nothing. I was like, my ride or die is Peter motherfucking Parker, and we're at the end of this game. The city is covered in smoke. We need to solve this. I'm teaming up with Venom right now, and we're going after Doc Ock and Carnage. Leave me the fuck alone.
You didn't say that.
But like in kid version, I'm like, no. You know, but I stood my ground.
It's not even the same octave.
I stood my fucking ground like the gamer I am.
Take that, little white suburban girl.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm single.
That qualifies an accomplishment? I guess it's a person. You
guess
stood
it's
your
a
No, I
ground.
stood my ground. I was
accomplishment.
like, no, this is what I'm about. Like, I want to play this game. I don't want to go fucking ride a bike, dude. I just rode a bike with you yesterday. Fuck your bike.
Listen.
Go do that.
Listen, young, attractive girl that I like. I'm not playing with you.
Yeah, there you go. You went straight to the point there.
Yeah, man. I was a true gamer at that moment. That was the moment where I was like, yeah, this is it.
This is where I live. This is
all I'll
this is
do.
the mindset.
But yeah, that's my
Oh,
accomplishment. I couldn't think of any other. It's like the most I would have said would be like the first time I got a platinum trophy, which was ironically Spider-Man on PS4. But
Spider-Man.
like
So
straight
you
up,
stood your ground and you got your best accomplishment. On top of that, then you double it up by getting platinum on Spider-Man.
well, the platinum in college. That Spider-Man, not Spider-Man on PS1. Spider-Man on PS4. So it's like a big gap, and there's a bunch in the middle. Like, I'm not going to be like, oh, I beat Pokemon. Like, I'm not going to do that.
That's what was hard for me with the hardest
Yeah.
thing, because it was just like, what? I mean, there's been times when things were hard, but I needed something that was like different level type of hard. Like psychologically
That was pretty hard, too. If I was older, it would have been pretty hard to go away from Spider-Man on PS1.
Yeah, it would have been.
But, you know, little boy me was like, nah, Joe. Like, I'm chilling.
That's what I got going on, and you will respect it.
Yeah. You will respect me. Go ride your bike somewhere else, heathen. But yeah, that was my accomplishment.
And she goes outside, and she's sweating and touch like, man, he's a badass.
Yeah, at
She
the
was
age of
hot for you.
7.
Yeah, she was hot for you after that.
Probably. That bike
Sure.
seat was wet.
That's a boy that knows what he wants.
Alone
So,
time.
Oh,
you enjoyed the show.
Is that, I thought we had one more.
He didn't write a formal email, and we're over 2 hours. And this, I'm gonna just
shit.
hold it for the next. Now we have a
Okay.
question in the
You
chamber.
best write an email.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Elijah, write an email like you said you would.
Get us a post or something.
But we're gonna hold it, leave it in the chamber for the next one.
All right.
That way
One
we
in
can
the chamber. Best Call of Duty Black Ops 1 game
in
mode.
the chamber. We're gonna leave that question in the Gunblade chamber for the
Without
next one.
slicing our feet off.
Yeah, exactly.
I thought it was dicks. That was the joke. It was like slicing
No,
your...
it's slicing your legs off.
I thought it was legs.
It was legs.
Oh,
Did you record another podcast?
I listened to the
Yeah.
wrong podcast, man.
Whoa.
You went to somebody else's house last
I
time.
listened to
Slicing up
save
nuts
after
and shit.
quitting, man.
This guy's getting sausage cuts and stuff.
Quit before saving. That's what he went. That's what Chris went and recorded. Like, yeah, welcome to Quit Before Saving when we cut dicks. QB4S. It's just bizarre.
God.
It's just
Quit save.
bizarro versions of us.
Yeah, right. Bizarre.
It's just like I'm white on
Oh,
that podcast. You're like Asian or something
Right.
like that.
It's pretty bad enough.
I'm just a chick on that episode. But it's still me.
It's just you.
You walk in the room and grow boobs.
You're like a. You're like
I
a,
got that
you're like a
covered
bro.
already. It's fine.
Like a
Taco
bro.
Bell's a bitch. Anyway, when with that, no.
Yeah.
Reach out to us on our email, savebeforequitting@gmail.com. Fully spelled out.
Yes.
Elijah, you better send it via the email. Or it might be a dud. It might be a blank in our chamber, and it might not get fired.
Yeah.
Oh no, or Twitter, because CLD's been doing it on Twitter, and that's been a good time too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can do that on our Twitter at save the letter B, the number 4 quitting. Well, it's on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. We've been posting some stuff on TikTok. We actually had a special guest on our last TikTok in which someone was puppeteering a T-Rex, and that person fed the T-Rex something. You probably...
Oh, yeah, okay.
See, there's the moment
It
of
took
really...
me a second. I was like,
Yeah.
what are we talking about?
See,
now?
Ant
Now
doesn't
I
watch
remember.
TikTok. Now he's got to go do something
I
after
did
the
watch the
podcast.
TikTok.
Ant's got bad memories. He's got old brain. Anyway, back to the...
Mario 3
You
in
said old brain.
1989. We
Dude, when you said old
used our
brain...
telegraphs to play games.
You said old brain earlier. I literally just imagine your brain just on like a tiny stem. And it's just sitting there like in like the Spy Kids brain. But there's like cartoon spider webs on it.
It's just a brain with a gray beard on
Just
it.
drinking prune juice
Yeah.
and shit.
That's
but-
me.
Yeah. Other than that, there's nothing left to do other than one thing. And that is to save before quitting.
Save before quitting.
Don't quit before saving.
Don't
do
quit
that.
safe.
And tell those girls to back off so you can play your games. Hashtag ad for Tinder.
Now that's what being an adult with a girlfriend and or wife and or fiance in your home. Back off so I can play the games.
Oof.
I'm gonna cut that out. So
She don't listen anyway. It's fine.
Oof.